Tall here. So if you're watching this later on, thanks for coming in. You can always, I don't even know if you can give a thumbs up or whatever on the haul, but thanks for coming in. We are doing, I went to Chicago, backstory, went to Chicago for 2 days. The plan was to go to Chicago and Milwaukee, but that didn't happen. We got halfway through Chicago. The thrift stores closed at 7 p.m. and we only got halfway through. So we're like, why would we drive all the way to Milwaukee just to come back to Chicago? It just didn't make sense. So we stayed in Chicago and then did the whole next day in Chicago and still didn't get to all the thrift stores in Chicago. So Milwaukee would be like a whole nother trip, or if we did a 3-day trip, it'd have to be a 2-nighter. So what's up, Kate? Surfs, guess what? Kate, tell me what's up. What's up, Pilson? What's up, guys? Guess what? Felix, what are you doing? We went and part of it was we thrifted with Felix for more than half of a day, probably until about 3 when his kids got home from school. I sold those Sunday Swagger polos in 24 hours, $70. Kate, let's go. So Kate messaged me and she's like, have you heard of Sunday Swagger? What? Kit Kat. Sunday Swagger is a brand that I've only seen once or twice. And I told her the only one that I've sold, it's a golf polo. The only one that I ever sold was had donuts all over it. Really weird, blue with donuts all over it. And she found a couple and she's like, this kind of screams to me unique. I said, heck yeah, I've only sold 1 or 2 and they did great. So look at that. Sunday Swagger. Kit Kat said Bolo. She sold 2 of them in 24 hours, $70. Let's go. That's awesome. Milwaukee Thrift would be drops to watch. I know. Milwaukee is in the book. I mean, it's not in the books, but it's in the cards. I'm going to try to get this so I can see more of it. But I want the chat. How do I get the chat? I don't know. I'm just going to have to look at you. I'm going to have to be itty bitty. But let's see. So hello, Jessica. Hey, bro. Hey, what's up, Sophia? Okay, let's go through it. In Chicago, actually met a whole bunch of thrifters that watch the channel or watch Bearded, probably Bearded. It was fun seeing everyone. So if you're watching this later, hello. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this, tell you what I paid, how much I think I can get, yada, 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 the type of stuff you put on the background when you list. But I definitely want to interact because I like doing that. I don't like recording these. I like talking to you guys. That's at my best. I had for 90, but a guy offered 70 for the pair on Poshmark, so I took it. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Yeah. You paid, what was it? How much did you pay for those? $6 a piece or $7 a piece or something like that? Someone's offering you $70 out of 90. None. Taking it now. Boom, out the door. I mean, obviously there's some items where we can hold our ground, but sometimes when our buy costs are so low, peace, especially if we want to get some stuff listed. By the way, you see this is not a monster. We got some changes going on. What's up, Shelves? Nope. That I'm going on YouTube and yep. All right. Hello all. What's up, Hamlet? Yeah, $13 total. All right, Twillery. Twillery is a brand that's been selling for me. I can't say it's been selling for me. I found 2. I've sold 1 of them, but it sold pretty quick. Twillery, and then it says it's safe cotton. The prices in Chicago were more than here in Indy, so everything's not $5. It's different. So this was an $8 shirt. Paid $8 for this. I could get my phone out and figure out how much I sold the last one for, but I think it was like $22.99. And again, if you're new here, I'm doing everything buyer plus ship. They buy and ship. Also, I'll talk about it tomorrow during my live thrift or during my live packing. But some changes are going on, including the Poshmark. What's up, Retired and Reselling? What's up, Juan? So you know how you go to a thrift store and it's done. There's like nothing there or whatever. And then you find all the same item. Well, this was that. There were a couple stores. 2 of them threw up Untuck It everywhere. And one of them threw up Carbon to Cobalt everywhere. So we have Carbon to Cobalt. I don't know if I've ever bought like pants like this before. They were $6.99, 3 pairs of them, Carbon to Cobalt. Let me know if you guys have. I've sold jeans, but these are just pants. And the thing is, they're really long. Thought I'd give them a shot for $7. You guys let me know what you think. Have you sold Carbon Cobalt pants? But But there's just so much carbon to cobalt, and it's my birthday month. And Chicago they have a deal if you're signed up through the reward system where you get 3 times, you get 25% off during your birthday month. So I hauled out, and he needs to get on that page. What's up, Bobby? Good afternoon from Northeast Ohio. We're warm here. It's coming your direction. Here's some Ferragamo shoes for $549. So Ferragamo women's shoes for $549. I Google lens them. They have like a name, but Ferragamo, again, women's shoes, Ferragamo, and men's actually aren't like, oh my gosh, it's Ferragamo. No, like Gucci does better than Ferragamo, but they do okay. For $6, it's a win. Hello from Stain, California. What's up from California? We don't get many people from California in here. I like that. What is happening? Thanks for popping in. Also, if you have any questions, let me know. So $6 for this one. These last 2 items came from, so we went to like all throughout Chicago, and there's a different region up like Northwest Chicago, whatever. This came from that region. $6 for this Polo Ralph Lauren, but it has new with tags. Lucked out with that. But I would have gotten it anyways because it's their performance line. So Polo Ralph Lauren shirts, if you can find the performance, which is the stretchy nylon blend with the hit right there, that's good money. These do better now than RLX polo shirts for me. RLX, the sportier line from Ralph Lauren, these do better. So if I could pick these up, I'd pick them up over RLX any day of the week. Also, some polos I found lots of good polos in Chicago. Chicago did not disappoint. There you go. You guys know that tag right there, or that symbol. Grayson. I found a few Grayson shirts while I was there, and I don't find those in Indy very often. So that was nice. Paid $7 for this. Again, the prices were a little bit higher. So our average price for shirts and pants are $4.99. Everything there was like $5.99 or $6.99. And let me tell you, that was a psychological F, because when you see a 4 in front of a 99, it's like, oh, that's under $5. But then when you see a $5.99 or $6.99, it seems like it's so much more money. You are undoubtedly my favorite flipper. Learn a lot. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Hey, I love you. I just have to say that. I love you for saying that. That's what I'm going to say. But I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. And the best thing is, all this is free, right? Isn't that great? I love that part too. You can go join a Discord, people, and pay money if you want to, but that's not what we do here. But yeah, I love you. Carhartt. This has a story behind it. I'll get to all of them. Okay, so we rolled into a Goodwill. They had Carhartt jackets, really big, thick, lined Carhartt jackets, all $29.99 a piece, brand new with tags. All of them were 4XL. Per usual, Bearded and I fought over them. And if you think I'm playing, I'm not. Like, we literally like fight each other over, and like whoever can get the most out of there gets those items. We've done it every time we thrifted. We've always found something like that. We put each other away. And it's really fun, but it's a true story. So I got this because I had my 25% off birthday card, and I got a ton of the Carhartt. He got a ton of the Carhartt, and I got this from him because I'm like, if you want my 25% off, you better hook it up. So this was $20. It's a Carhartt 4XL, but it does have some staining on it. It's just a big old hoodie. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see. A big old jacket hoodie with that inner lining. And again, with Carhartt, if you're new here, super easy to look up any pants, any shirts, jackets, anything with Carhartt. Really great. It's like they give you a little helping hand, but they give you that little number right there. I'm going to show it to you right there. That number right there will give you the exact comp. So if you type that into eBay, that number's on every piece of Carhartt, and it will give you that exact item, and you can look up sold listings, and you can price it from there. Now, I'll talk to you guys in a second, but this is what I like about Chicago's Goodwills. That had a little bit of a stain on it. It was $20. The lady, the cashier, might have been the manager, assistant manager, whatever, and I noticed a stain up front. I'm like, oh man, this has a stain. I'm going to get 25% off, so it's going to be $15. I still could make money off of it, but I'm like, I don't know. It has a stain. She's like, I tell you what, $10. I'll sell it to you for $10. I'm like, done. In Indy, Instead of taking that $10, they would rather pull that item and send it to the bins and make $2 off of it. So Chicago, 2 thumbs up for you for actually wanting to make money. Let's see. Yeah, retired like the shoes in Kentucky, just like those. You remember? Unstoppable Josh. Holla, I thrift in Indy occasionally. Yes, Unstoppable. You know, Indy, we have pretty good thrift stores here. I'm gonna be honest. We have pretty good thrift stores. I have not thrifted Indy much at all, though. I've been listing a ton of my, I'm seasonal, right? So I probably $5,000 or $6,000 worth of shorts that I paid $5 a piece for in polos. I'm listing those all right now. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm not really thrifting a lot. Oh, made my day. No, you made my day. Saying like you're my favorite like reseller talker or whatever, that's pretty cool. Jeans are $8.99 in Oklahoma Goodwill. Yeah, our jeans are $7.99 here in Indy, and some of the jeans in Chicago are $12.99. Bye. Have at it. I'll find the ones that you guys mismark or don't know about. So I will say I posted a picture somewhere of a Carhartt, or not a Carhartt, a Columbia jacket. Did you guys see that? Columbia jacket for $29.99 with stains on it. And they had a North Face right next to it for $14.99. I don't understand. So Bearded won the battle over the jackets. I won the battle over the flannels. So I got all of these flannels right here. Carhartt. I'm not going to show each individual one. I don't want to bore you. But they're all 4XL rugged line. They were all $10 a piece, but I got 25% off. So these were all $7.50. So 1 for $7.50, 2, 3, I don't even know, 4, 5, 6. This is a good one. Buffalo plaid. This is a good one. 6, 7, 8, something like that. So 8 of those, $7.50 each. They're all new with tags. They're all 4XL. And guess what? I'm going to make you guys so upset. Those are going to get put away until next fall. I know they could sell right now, but I have so much stuff to list right now. Mom, great to have people join our chat from all over the country. I love you too. Hi, Mom. Mom's in the chat. Marilyn Leatherman. Love you, Mom. What's your favorite Goodwill in Chicago area? I go to Des Plaines. Christina, let me tell you, I have no idea. Literally, we play a game. Oh, look, there's another one of those. So yeah, picked all those up. That was a no-brainer. I won the flannel battle, but we ping-ponged in Chicago. So we just put Goodwill on the map on our iPhones, and we're like, okay, this route, whatever's the shortest one. So what we did, I don't know if you guys know Chicago or not. A lot of you in the Midwest might, but we started like southwest of the city, south of the city. Then we went southwest suburbs, west suburbs, a little bit central west. Then we went northwest. Then we went central northwest, and we went kind of central, and that's kind of where we were. So we were kind of outside the city. If this was the city, we were outside the city. Like Naperville, Aurora, even all the way up to Elgin, all those places. Shoot, we almost went to Canada. Felt like it. Polo Ralph Lauren, picked up a ton of Polo Ralph Lauren. Again, my favorite pattern, guys, is gingham check. So people are like, my Polo Ralph Laurens aren't selling. Depends on the size. It depends on the pattern. This gingham check sell really well for me. If you look up my eBay store is attached, you can look up my eBay store. You can see on my sold comps, I actually paid $7.99 for this, but I got 25% off. I paid $8, so maybe like $6 for this. But these guys sell for around $20, $22, and they take me that quick to list. So really $10 profit. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Treasure Nest? Treasure Nest. Usually you come in and say Treasure Nest in the house. That's how I know it's you. Georgia jeans are $8.24. So that's about what ours are after tax. Let's see. Do you mainly do retail arbitrage? Seems like you do a lot new with tags at a retail store. So I do both. I go hard when retail stores have big sales. So when the Dick's outlet had a big sale in the late summer, and then they had a big sale like a month ago, both of those clearance sales I went really hard into. I spent a ton of money for the business. You have to have that powder for when those sales come up. So those sales I spend a ton of money at. Those are just like one-day things. All the other days I thrift. So all this stuff is thrifting. But I do a lot of retail arbitrage, and I talk about it. But really with retail arbitrage, one of the most important things is your buy cost. You just have to get those items for as cheap as possible to make eBay retail arbitrage really good. If you're buying a jacket for $40 and it sells for $80 and it might take a while, that's a really tugger. But if you can get something for $5 and you can sit on that $5 until next winter and sell it for $40, I think it's worth it. And buy like 20 of those. That's my sort of thing. So $240. I hope that answers your question. My birthday is March. How and where do you get the discount deals? Pamela, in Chicago, as soon as you sign up for their program, like their reward system, I don't know. You're just a part of it. You give them your birthday. And then when I went up there, they said, oh, it's your birthday month. You get 25% off 3 different times. So many good thrift stores in Chicago. Agree. Denise, hi. Terry, post the towns so we can meet up with you guys. Oh, post the towns around Chicago. I just say Chicago. You'd like the suburbs, all those little towns around it. We ran into a lot of people while we were there. PA jeans, $9.99 again. And I think some people pay like $4.99 for jeans. It just depends where you are. If jeans were $9.99, obviously I would be very particular about what I pick up. They'd have to sell for like $24.99 plus shipping if I was paying $10 to meet my business model. But jeans just wouldn't be a part of my thing. But also, you might have to drive some more. I drove 3 hours to Chicago to thrift. So drove 3 hours and got, I'm talking, we're going through all that. We're going through all that. So I better start showing you guys. I did it. Thank you. Good. We don't have that in NC. South Carolina, 575. Yeah. See, it's just different everywhere. And that's why I like going. I thrifted in Florida this year, thrifted in Kentucky. I thrifted in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. So going everywhere. 32 Bar Blues. A lot of people don't know about this brand. I would say it's just as good as Carbon to Cobalt. It's just a very similar brand to Carbon to Cobalt. A lot of times, this one doesn't. A lot of times, if they have a snap buttons that right here at the bottom, they'll have a little like little tune, like music tune on it, emblem. But this one doesn't. Again, 32 Bar Blues. You can expect to get like $25 plus ship out of this. It was $7. $5 it would have been here. It was $7 there. Another Carbon and Cobalt pair of pants. Again, those two brands are very similar. $6.99 on that. I think the Carbon and Cobalt haul I did 25%. I waited. I held those until I spent really big bucks. I bought 2 pairs of these. I'm going to lot them together, I think. Shorts are $7.99 in your area, Logan. That's expensive. That's ridiculous. That's not okay. I would be getting on highbid.com and looking up stuff, or I'd be driving to another city because that's crazy. So I don't really talk about it much, but I've been trying Polo Ralph Lauren pants, and there's a pair of pants. If you look at my eBay store and look at my sold comps, there's a pair of pants that have been selling for me, and they're a pair with the little logo right here. So they've had a newer tag like that, and they've had the logo like that. So as long as they have the horse logo, people want to see that little hit, and I can get them for a decent amount of money. I pick them up. So I picked 2 pairs of these up, and what I'll do is lot them together, and my thumbnail picture, the picture that people will see, will look something like that. Like that. Looks something like that. So the people are going to see the 2 colors, and they're going to see that they both have hits on them. In my country, Goodwill's crazy price. Polo Ralph Lauren polos are in your county. Polo Ralph Lauren polos are $11.99. The county next to everything is $5.99. Exactly. Some places are crazy. You know what? I'll drive to the next place. So you'll have to make a day trip out of it or whatever. But when people talk to me about how crazy prices are, retail arbitrage, drive to another city, online arbitrage, there are tons of different ways to find things to resell online. Literally, Bearded and I found other ways to make money. Not crazy way. We didn't do anything crazy, but we purchased things in Illinois at different retail stores that you could resell online. There's literally, we talked about it the whole time. There's money to be made everywhere. Just because I'm showing you brands and jeans and all these things, there's money to be made everywhere. People sell plushes and make a full-time living making plushes. Usually I haven't been buying bird dogs, but these didn't have a tag on them and they're in really good condition. And they're the tree runner. So they say a TR right there. I usually haven't been buying these. I went up to the cash register. I said, how much are these? And the lady was like, $1.99. Okay. Again, Goodwill here in Indy, they wouldn't have done that. They would have lost the sale. I got a pair of those for $4.99. Those, these or the Sophia, these or the polo pants. I was standing in line and a couple of people were saying, blame the resellers. Of course, everyone wants to blame the resellers. You can blame them all they want. Blame resellers all they want. But when Goodwill prices their stuff up really high, they all look left while they were looking right, and I'll go find some other things. Like they have no idea what these boots are. These are like Vietnam era boots, and they're canvas on top, green. They're like jungle boots, and they're black on the bottom, really old. These things were $9.99, but they're going to price some really crappy Nikes at $9.99 or $20.99 and pass up on these. These will sell for $70 really, really quickly. So you just have to be knowledgeable. As long as you know your stuff, and that just comes with time. I've sold those boots a few times, so it just comes with time. Got you, polo pants. I mean, you guys are all probably ruining buying stuff cheap because you're reselling it. This was half off. Pink tag was half off, $29.99, pretty high, but it's an Athleta and it's a good size and it's new with tags. So I thought I'd pass this on and whatnot. So Athleta, really good size, pink, lightweight, good for the season coming up. Oh, shoot, I just noticed. Well, this is not going to go in whatnot. Look, it does have some stainage on the back. You guys see that? So I did not see that in the store. So I won't put that on whatnot. And I paid $15 for it. Ooh, it's all right. I still think I can make $15 off that, don't you think? On eBay. Post it for what I got out of it, at the minimum $10. What about bird dog pants? Oh, my bad. Those are all birds. Those are all bird. If I said bird dog, my bad. These are all birds. So these are all birds. Bird dog pants are great sellers. If I find bird dogs, I get them almost every time, as long as they don't have flaws and they're under $10. They sell for usually $35 and up for me, plus buyer pays shipping. So yeah, bird dogs are good. These are all birds. So if I misspoke, I'm sorry about that. When you list men blazers, what do you measure? Good question. I put them, and you can look at my store, the pictures of how I put the pictures. But I do a pit to pit. I do a just underneath the collar all the way down to the bottom hem. And then I do the sleeve seam all the way down to the end of the sleeve. So 3 pictures. Sometimes people ask for the waist size, which is like the top button across or the second button across, one of the two. And then sometimes people ask for the shoulder to shoulder, but usually I don't even put those in the measurements. Post it. Yeah. Or I hate finding marks on after. Yeah, I know. But see, it's part of it, right? We just go with it. It's part of it. And actually, what I do is I'll put it on a little piece of paper like a notepad, put $15, and then at the end of the year, I put damaged goods, all my taxes, and I just add all that up. So really, I can just put that damaged goods and redonate it. And I know I don't get that money back right now, but it comes back one way or another. Again, $7.99 for a Polo Ralph Lauren. That is about the max I will pay. But I was there. I'm like, I might as well get it. This is a really good pattern. I've sold one like it. Again, you guys know my thumbnail will look something like this. So it will show the horse, the size, all that stuff. You can look at my sold comps. But this will sell for around $20 plus ship. Again, paid $8 for it. And I'll get $10 profit. So I'm good with that. Thank you. You're welcome. Also, I bought a few of these. So Peter Millar, I passed up a ton while I was there. The dress shirts that are button, but they have to be stretchy. So if it's a Peter Millar summer comfort or some type of material with polyester or spandex or whatever, this is nylon spandex. So nylon spandex, long sleeve button down because the collars are buttoned down. So that's a button down shirt. I'll pick these up. This was $5.99, cheaper than that Ralph Polo or that Polo Ralph Lauren, and that will sell for more. That'll be like $25 plus ship. They've come down over the years. There's another one right next to it. So Peter Millar, as long as the button downs or button up shirts are stretchy, I pick them up. The cotton ones, I pass over now. Again, that's just me. Got any Jinkos? No, I wish. If I get Jinkos, it's the first thing that sells. Whenever I get Jinkos, by the way, in Chicago, you have to buy your bags. People always ask me because I post videos, do you have Jinkos or do you have Kujis or whatever? I'm like, those things go so quick. I just sold a pair of these, and so these will be extremely easy for me to list. I don't buy a lot of Echo shoes, but I will buy Echo golf shoes, and you'll see this tread on the bottom. It doesn't look like golf spikes, but these are actually called soft spikes. And what you're looking for with these are this very, very back, you'll see a lot of heel wear. If you see a lot of heel wear on these, you know they've been used pretty good, but these are not. You can see they're about even with the rest. So these are in really good condition. Paid $12.99 for these. I sold my last pair for, I'll look while I answer your questions. But these are a good color, black and red. So those are good. Let me look. I'll look right now and see what I picked or sold the last pair for. Echo, especially this time of year. Those are good. A lot of golf courses don't want you to have the aggressive. So the last pair I sold for, they look just like them, $34.99. So $12.99 into $34.99, and I priced them at $34, which was super competitive, like under everyone else. They sold really quick. I'm sorry, can't you repeat about the marks on clothes and loss of income? Sure. So it's a damaged product. So you paid, let's say you paid like I did, $15 for that. You can, it's part of your damage. So at the end of the year, when you talk to your CPA, you can say, listen, I had this many items that were damaged or whatever that I paid money for. And since it's your business, you don't have to, you can write that part off of your business. So it's like a damaged out product. So a lot of companies will get damaged products and they'll give it to thrift stores. Like I'll redonate that. And if it's damaged out, that's part of like the business. You're not going to make a profit off of it, but you're not going to lose money off of it. This is going to go in Whatnot. And if I have a Whatnot coming March 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is all the stuff that's in it right now. And if you're a reseller or not, but if you're a reseller, there's going to be really good stuff to resell in it. Like this Planet by Lauren G. Again, I don't list women's clothing anymore, but go look up Planet by Lauren G. Look up that brand right there and look at the comps. They're really, really good. This was $10. So this is like a rain jacket, double-breasted. So 2 sets of buttons across the front, double-breasted. So that will go in Whatnot. And there's no TikTok up here, so we can fly through. Again, another brand, wasn't familiar with this brand, never heard of it. It's called Far Away from Close. Kind of a weird name, Far Away from Close. But it was this cable knit sweater. Really nice, chunky cable knit with those buttons in the front. Just a super nice sweater. Women's cardigan, long. And I just knew it had something special. The tag was tacked in the 4 corners. Really thick. It was $6.99. And the comps were good. So the comps were good. So pick that one up. I forget what the comps were. But if you want to see, I didn't even show you the label. I've never found this brand before. You guys may have. But that's what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. You might hear my kids in the backgrounds, by the way. In the background. Do you claim the retail value or what you paid for? I claim what I paid for it. You can't claim the retail value. Appreciate you sharing your wealth of knowledge. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I think Felix was with me during this one. Felix, I think you're with me. These were $9.99. Again, a little bit steep for jeans, but I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the places that I had my 25% off. But these sell for me very, very quickly for around $28 plus shipping. The brand is Ariat. I know we all know that brand by now. Most of us, there are always new people. I met people in Chicago that had just started reselling 2 or 3 weeks ago, so there are always new people. These are called Ariat M5 jeans. So you'll see it says M5 right there. Sometimes it say M7. It's just a style of them. So when you type them into eBay, you'll put Ariat men's jeans A5 or whatever they are, M5, and they'll pull up. I think these were a good size too. Yeah, look at that size. 34 or 35 by 34. So really long. That's what you want. The longer, the better. You know what I mean? So those will be 10 into 28 for those, plus buyer pay shipping on those guys. I think this is a Brooks Brothers. Yeah. So again, a store north of Chicago had all these for $6. This store obviously was cheaper. Earlier in this, I talked about the store had this exact same tag. This store was cheaper than the ones in downtown Chicago or in the close suburbs to Chicago. But this is just a Brooks Brothers, and it has the hit right there on the chest. So I will buy the Brooks Brothers with the lettered symbol. So this is a large, not a number, not a 16 by 34, 35. It's got to be a large, extra large, and it has to have the hit on the front pocket. These sell for me just as fast as those Polo Ralph Lauren shirts, and I sell them probably once a week or twice a week, depending on how many I have. Tons of carbon to cobalt, guys. All of them, every single carbon to cobalt I got shirt-wise was a 2XL. So I'm just going to go through them. $5.99 for each shirt. Carbon to cobalt. Show you again. Carbon to cobalt. This brand has been selling since I started reselling clothing a long time ago. Carbon to cobalt again. This is a double flannel, like a double layered flannel. Another carbon to cobalt. I'm telling you, they just rolled out all these carbon to cobalts. They were just one right after another. Boom, boom, boom. So you know I was excited. This was, oh, what city? It was up in like Elgin, Felix. It was up in Elgin or like north of Elgin. Carbon to cobalt. I'm telling you, just so much carbon to cobalt. All at this one thrift store. Here's another pair of those pants, carbon to cobalt. So I believe this is a store I took 25% off one of my coupons at. Let's see if there's any, there could be more. I don't even know. Yeah, here's some more. Just, I told you it threw up everywhere. Carbon to cobalt threw up everywhere at this thrift store. Are these even carbon to cobalt? Oh my gosh. More carbon to cobalt. So yeah, lots of carbon to cobalt, all long sleeves. This is a really thick, like flannel. Again, what I'm going to do with all of those long sleeves, all of those flannels, all of those jeans, those are all going to go in my storage unit until it's time for me to list them. The absolute earliest I'll list them is if I have no other summer or spring items to list, then I'll go listing those throughout the spring and summer. But as long as I'm listing spring and summer, I'm not going to list those until the middle of August. Once the middle of August hits, I will list all of that. Otherwise, it's just sitting. Oh my gosh, I got 2 pair of those Ariat at $3 bags. I sold them for $28 each. Sophia, we're like one. We're on the same page today. Yeah, like I said, right? 28 a piece is how much they sell for, plus buyer pay shipping. Yeah, $3. Ariat jeans are really good. Like if I can find BKE and Ariat, I'll pick them up, and I know they sell super quick. Ariat better. I have a Polo Gold Ralph Lauren. It's golfers on all print, has small snag, pinhole in the rear, and stain next to. What would you think on the price? Just picking your brain, see if I come close with my pricing. Okay, so let me read it again. So you want to see where I'm at on the shirt. I have a Polo Gold Ralph Lauren. So like a polo short sleeve or a polo button up. It's golfers on all print. It's golfers on all print, has small snag pinhole on the rear and small stain. If it's a Polo Ralph Lauren that's a button up like this, and there's a small stain and pinhole, if that's what you're thinking, it's going to be like $12.99. If it's a polo shirt like this, that's just regular, I'm still thinking like $9.99 if it's got a stain or anything, because there's so many out there on the market. You can get a perfect one for $18.99. If that's what we're talking about. Polo Ralph Lauren short sleeve. Yeah, golf Polo Ralph Lauren. If it's cotton and it has a stain on it, probably like $9.99. If it's just like a Polo Ralph Lauren regular shirt that people will think about, you know, you have your collar, your buttons, it's short sleeve, tight right here, all those sorts of things. 100% cotton. Yep, that's what I would do. Yeah, good juju, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, that's just one of those things, like the stains, especially on those Polo Ralph Laurens. If I find stains on those, it really hurts the value because the margin is very small on those, right? So I'm putting them in a saturated market where there's a ton of them, so it's very competitive, and then I have to price it very competitive. So my margin's very small for me on those Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. So if there's a stain on them, I basically just either salvage them out or mark them down to next to nothing just to get my money back out. Yeah, I'd say $9.99. And if it's a short sleeve, then you're coming into the right season. So there were two more thrift stores that had a ton of Untuck It. Untuck It was a brand that sold really well for me years ago, and it's just come downhill. But I still will pick it up because these are similar to those Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. They sell from anywhere from like 18 to 26. And I'll give you a reason why that is. The $18 ones, the $19 ones are the 100% cotton. See if this is one right here. Yeah, so like this, 100% cotton Untuck It. These sell for around $20 for me. But if you find a linen one, which I have some here, or a nylon spandex one, the performance, those sell a little bit better, or even the flannels. Like this is like a flannel. These, you can get a little bit more money out of those than you can just a normal one like this. So I do all my Untuckits between about $18.99, $26.99, unless it's like a one-off 3XL or something like that. But a lot of these Untuckits are 2XLs. Got a ton of them again. Here's a Polo Ralph Lauren XL again, really cool, really good color on this one. If you guys again look at my eBay sold store, all the polos I'm getting for the most part are patterns like this, bright, vibrant, good looking patterns, like Easter looking colors almost. I'm trying to be more what's up, Audra? Audra, did you send me a shirt through K-Way? He texted me. I think, did you send me a shirt from his? I'm trying to be more picky with what I pick up. Lots out there. Not watching stuff and spot trading. Moving on, less super nice Adam. I 100% agree. So I guess the saying is profits, not projects, right? So if these shirts right here have issues and we're only making $10 profit on it, I'm going to pass it up. Unless the item's going to make me $50 profit or $40 profit, and there's going to be a $10 project into it, or like maybe the stain will come out, I'm not going to pick it up. I just don't want to have those projects. I love selling these Levi's shirts. Now, I have not found this pattern. This pattern will do really well, but denim Levi's with that tag right there, and they have the metal buttons like this. The metal buttons Levi's just like this, but they have to be a denim material. They have to be a denim material with these buttons like this. They sell well for me, like always in the 20s. So I picked these up, whether blue, red. I found a blue, red, black. I found green. This one I think will do even better. I bet this one will sell for close to 30. Just a really good, like baggy, heavy denim Levi's shirt with metal buttons. And why is that? Chemo. Stop it with that. Chemo. What's up, Chemo? How you doing today? Hope you guys are all having a good Sunday, by the way. Did some coaching. You guys, we're all family, so did some coaching today with my son. We have a winter league here in Indiana, indoor. And then I'm like, should I do a haul this morning? And Shelby's like, yeah, do a haul. So I'm like, all right, I'll do a haul for people. Yes, I won 2 shirts, one each night. So I sent you one. And to your right, thank you so much, Audrey. I really appreciate it. Yeah, he texted me this morning. And you won twice? Lucky duck? What the heck? I need to get in there and start trying to win stuff. Every time, you guys know, every time I go into Wayne's whatnot, I always say giveaway. Someone comes in there, I'm like, giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. So it's funny. We kind of laugh at that. I shop at the bins, so 90% are stained. Yes, in 240, when you're getting stuff like this shirt, if you're getting this stained and you're paying 50 cents or not 75 cents for this shirt, you can try to get that stain out. And if it comes out great, you're going to get 30 out of it, out of this shirt. And this is the type of shirt where if the stain doesn't come out, you're still going to probably get $15 or $20 on it. So yeah, $2.40, that's good. But I pay $1.50 for all my stuff. Yeah, that's the thing with bins. Your buy cost is so small. Buy cost is so important. Bearded and I had lengthy conversations the whole trip about buy cost, how important buy cost is when buying anything. And that's the way it is with big companies. You want to buy stuff as cheap as possible. And then if you buy it as cheap as possible, it sounds bad to everyone else, whatever, but it's business. If you buy it as cheap as possible, then you can sell it cheaper than everyone else and get it sold quicker. So you're still going to make probably the same margin as them. You're just going to sell yours quicker. They buy a jacket for 10 and they price it at 50. You buy that jacket at 5 and price it at 45. You're going to sell it quicker than them and still make the same profit. Better because of the 13% with eBay or wherever else. Let's see. Yes, merch shirt 2 nights in a row. Wanted to bless you. Thank you, Audra. Audra, you're always, I need to give you something. You're always in the search group doing all the stuff. I barely have time. I just like going in there and looking at people's finds and stuff like that. But I really appreciate you. I'm learning stuff. You have good info. Thanks for sharing. Barbara, you're welcome. Of course. This is something good. This is something, Beard is kind of getting into the clothing. And he's got a really good eye, but I can definitely out thrift him in clothing. I will say that. I'll tell you about these. That's what I do. I try to remove all the stains. No, I blow it out. I can save it. Yeah, profit. Yeah, when you're paying 75 cents, 240, I'm with you. 240 JZ. Is that like are you talking like a Nissan, like a little Nissan car? Is that what your name's after? So whenever I find women's or men's leather pants, especially from, even though these are Nordstrom brand, that doesn't matter. These are size 16 women's leather pants. Leather pants always do well for me. As long as they're 100% leather, men's or women's, I'm telling you, just go look up women's or men's leather pants. Gap, it doesn't matter. They all sell for around 70, like all north of $50 by far, all north of $50. You better wear the merch. Felix, I already told him I'm going to put it on my hanger in the background. Felix, when you come out with merch, send me some of yours. Yes, it's the old school with the super motor in it. Yep, 240. I'm Fast and Furious guy. That's why I knew that. So right back there is a Honda S2000. So I'm a Fast and Furious guy. 240. I knew. Another Twillery shirt. I found another one. This one's a little bit different. It's a tailored fit. I think it might be a little bit newer. Paid $7.99. And again, I think I sold these for $22. Let's look it up together. Because I'm curious myself. How much did I sell the last Twillery for? Because I'm new to this brand. Like, I've only found it a couple times here in Indy. It sold for $24.99. So $7.99 into $24.99 is what I'll be asking for that. So Twillery, I guess, is a decent brand. Hey, Serge, how are the sales? I find they have been down the last couple days. Rhythmic. The last couple days. Today has been a little slow. I'll tell you how many I have today. 1, 2, 3. 3 sales today. 3. And it's $250. So 3 sales today. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 yesterday. Not that great. The day before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 the day before. So yeah, sales are a little bit slower than normal because usually I've been getting like 11 to 15 sales a day. So sales are down a little bit, but I've been listing 15 a day, but I'm also in the beta program with Auto Posher, and it's going really well. So I'm putting stuff over on Poshmark now. So I've officially let the cat out of the bag. I'm starting on Poshmark. I started last night. Starting to cross list all my stuff. The program's amazing. Telling you, Auto Posture is about to blow it out of the water. So if you're interested in Auto Posture and what it does, I highly recommend it. I have a link in my link tree. You get $5 off your first month, but it's awesome, especially now that I use it for auto posture with the shares and everything. I had no idea with Poshmark about sharing your store and all. It's a whole nother world for me, but I'm learning it super quick. Zero Restriction. This is a brand that I don't pick everything up as, but if it's a tour series, what is it? Yeah, tour series. See how it says tour series right there? If it's a tour series and like a heavier jacket, it does well. And this Felix again was up at that like northern like Elgin area. But this will probably sell for around $40 to $50. So Zero Restriction. I find a lot of those in polo shirts, and I don't get any of them. The only Zero Restriction I get are vests and jackets like that. It's a golf jacket. It's a golf brand. So Rhythmic, yeah, my sales have been not great. I did run a sale. I think I need to run another sale, but I'm just telling you right now, things will pick up like very, very soon, if not already, because spring stuff it's starting to be a big mix. I'm starting to get polo selling, my cleats, rain jackets, all that sort of stuff, along with like I sold a pair of flannel line jeans. So you're really starting to get a mix in right now. 240. When I started, yeah, S2000 are best. Can make really good power 700 stock motor revs to 8,000. Nice. I know. Okay, so you guys are gonna be like nerd talk. So I'm fast and furious, dude. I'm 38, so I grew up during that time. I had an S2000 back in the day. What I wanted to do, again, being a reseller, we can get back to reselling talk. Whenever I find things or buy things or keep things, always in the back of my head is, well, can I make my money back out of it, or can I buy it and make money later down the road? So the S2000 I bought the lowest mileage one I could find, and it's never been chopped up or anything. So the engine's all original. Everything's original except I put on an exhaust on it. So it's all original. And a lot of S2000s, as you know, are chopped up. So I bought that, and I'll probably sell it before too long because I bought it for a lot less than what I paid for it. So yeah, that's how I operate with everything. What do you want me to wear, Felix? Felix, you always want me to wear stuff. You're so silly. I'm excited for you, Pamela. I don't know what we're excited about, but I'm excited too. I can't wait. I just started up my auto posture again. Oh, auto posture. Yes. You're Pamela. You're excited for me to be on Poshmark. All right. So yes, auto posture. I'm telling you right now, it's a beta program right now. So we'll see what it does. But the cross listing, so it's going to be the cross lister. It's going to be the share. It's going to have everything all into one. It's awesome. Right now, so just a beta program. There's some kinks they're working out and stuff. But for me, it's my first cross lister. My first time posting on Poshmark. I'm really liking it. And for most people that I watch on here, like KOA and everyone else, they have about maybe 20% of their sales, or 30, some people are from Poshmark. So if I can increase my entire sales by 30%, that'll be a game changer. So auto posture, teaming up with her, and it's great. So again, I have $5 off my link tree if you guys are interested. Highly recommend it. Love auto posture. Welcome to Poshmark. It's funny mix of social media and selling with the following and sharing. I get some higher sales on there though. Audra, that is good to know. That's see, I'm new to auto posture. But I do notice like there's a lot of scammers like send me your best offer and call this number. Like I've been around long enough to know I just don't mess with that. I'm just looking for sales. I want to see a start auto posture again a few days ago. Waiting for the cross lister. So the plan is a cross lister should be out before long. So the available to everyone. But if you already have auto posture, you'll get first access to it. I can tell you that. I'm pretty sure. Can you find multi-uploaded listings, or is it at the same time as cross lister? So 240, can you multi-upload listings, or is it one at a time cross lister? I really don't know the answer to that because I'm new to cross listing. All I know is it's beautiful. I don't know how much I could talk about or how much I could share because stuff can change or whatever. But the way it's so easy for me to cross list, it's like 2 clicks of a button to put it on all the platforms that automatically has the delister. So if something sells, it delists it off of all the platforms like that. So don't have to worry about that. List on Mercari, I could. So I could do Mercari, Depop also. I haven't decided. I just want to take it one day at a time, Felix. There's a thrift store in Chicago going out of business. They have over 15,000 bags of inventory. They're looking to move $5 to $20. Yeah, someone sent me that. Clothing, shoes, hard goods, off the rack resales. Yes, someone sent me a picture of that. If you're still in Chicago, they're like, make sure you go to that place. Check this out. They're doing this. But we're not up there anymore. But yeah, if you're in Chicago, there's a thrift store going out of business. So you can get some good deals. These were Fry. Again, I think I posted these online. Maybe Fry shoes. These are men's Fry shoes. Really good condition on the bottom. Fry they used to do better than they do now, but I'm not going to pass them up for $10. So for $10, I imagine people are probably asking 80 for these or 90. I'm going to ask like 50 or 60 if that's the case. So if that's the case, Wayne says word. So, got it. Okay. Next time, let's keep going. I'll just tell you about these UFAs. I've never actually picked up a pair of these. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. UFAs. They actually had a pair. Felix was with us of the flip-flops, the slides, but they were discolored. And then they had this pair, perfect condition, like unworn. And I found the exact comp on this shoe, and they were good. They were worth me picking up. So UFAs, again, is a Bolo brand if you can get them cheap enough. I think most of you know that brand. Most of them are flip-flops. Again, Polo Ralph Lauren, but this is a flannel, so it's a more substantial piece. It's thick flannel material. Again, got it at that northern Goodwill up in northern Chicago area. And this will sell for around $26 or $25 because this is a thick flannel. So I'll put heavy in my listing as a descriptive word. Ferragamo shoe. Bearded missed this one. This was a Duluth trading jacket. And normally I don't pick up a lot of Duluth anymore. I saw a lot of Duluth in Chicago, lots of Duluth flannels. I don't pick up a lot of Duluth anymore, but this one was a 3XL and it was new with tags. So I didn't even see it was new with tags. I just saw it was a 3XL and I think it was $12.99. Let's see if my memory. Yeah, $12.99. $12.99. That was like 3 days ago. And when I unzipped it, I saw it still had its tag. So I'm like, score. And this is a rain jacket, so this would be good. Rain, men's improvement, no rainer jacket, whatever. 3XL, $12.99. I didn't even look up comps. I just know new with tag, a 3XL rain jacket. $40 probably. I don't know. So yeah, the cross listers all are out. Only can list one at a time. It takes a few minutes, but I can list, say, 10 at a time. It would be a lot faster. 240. I would let me get back to you with that. I can figure that out. To do like multiple listings at a time. The problem is right now, I have a lot of things on eBay, like my descriptions that I copy and paste from my phone are too many characters for Poshmark. So I have to change those on each one. But now that I'm listing on eBay, my description's even smaller, so I'll just be able to put it right over, and I think you can just list them all at once. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren white shirt. White do really, really well. In a lot of brands, white does really well, but you just have to look out for stains, obviously. This was $5.99 again at that one Goodwill. Felix, you need to go up to that Goodwill in northern Chicago. I've been going, a lot of good stuff. 4XB white shirt. This will probably sell for around $30 because it's white. What did I say? I paid $6 for it. Yeah, $6 for that. So that was a good one. This was a pink tag, so this was half off. It was $4. It's an Under Armour, new with tags, just a quarter zip. And it did have a pull on it. You can see there's a little pull right here, but there's no hole. I don't know if you can see it. So there's a little pull right here, little doo-doo right here, but there's no hole. So I'm just going to snip that off, and there will be no issue there. I'll list it as new with tags. Like you just start out to list them 900. You have an eBay on Poshmark will take a lot of time. The way I'm gonna do it, yes, 240 because it's gonna take me time because my descriptions in eBay are too big for Poshmark. So when I cross-listed it over, I imported all my listings from eBay into AutoPosher, and my descriptions are too big. So I have to go in and just delete a lot of my descriptions, which is, it's a click of a button, delete, and then list it. So it takes 2 seconds. But as I make my description smaller on eBay, so if I list 30 items today on eBay and then I go to my cross lister, it will take that long to list those items, like 2 seconds. And lists perfectly. It depends on what plan you have. Mine is one at a time. Wayne has the pro, and he can do it a ton cross listing at a time. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of competition out there. List Perfectly, Vendu, now Auto Posture. I think some other people, I think Chris and Melistay, I think they use different ones. There's so many out there. But I do know Flipped, that one Flipped, I think they're going to start charging now. I heard they will start charging now. Why aren't you live on TikTok? Because I have so much to go through when I go live on TikTok. I love going live on TikTok, but I can't get through the lives very fast. So like this live might take like an hour and a half. It'll be like 3 hours if I go live on TikTok too. So I do this and then I'll post over on TikTok. Like I did a haul. You can go over and watch it on YouTube or Facebook. So that's why. So yeah. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is missing the little drawstrings, which you'll see often. No big deal. Polo Ralph Lauren, full zip. These guys always sell really well for me. Again, I will hoard this until next fall. It was just $10. These things sell for around like $32.99 plus ship. Did you ask for the discount on the UA in the poll? I should have, Felix. Felix, you're trying to make me penny pinch everybody. I didn't. It was half off. So $4 for this. I could have. Felix was funny because we were up there. We were talking about like asking, because I'm not used to it. I could like barter with the Goodwill employees. Here in Indy, if something has an issue, they're like, thank you, we're going to send that to the bins. And I'm like, but I'll pay you $4 right now. You'll get 50 cents at the bins. Like, nope, sorry, but you don't want $4? You'd rather send it to the bins? Yep. Okay, I don't understand it. You are so pick up cinch men's button dress shirts. Yes. So Miss Smith, I like picking up cinch. So yes, cinch is a good brand to pick up. I will say though, if you can find the more performance cinch, the nylon blends, spandex, those do better. So again, it comes down to your buy cost too. If there was a button up or button down cotton cinch shirt that was $10, I probably wouldn't pick it up. If it was $4 or $5, I would pick it up. It's the difference. This might be my favorite thing that I got in the whole thrift. And you guys are like, what is it? It's going to be really boring to you. But it's a Polo Ralph Lauren suit. So Polo Ralph Lauren suit, really, really thick. This is good Polo Ralph Lauren. So this is Polo Ralph Lauren, really, really thick tweed. Really thick tweed. Look how nice that label is. And the best part about it, might be my favorite, is because I've sold these thick tweeds in the past. These sell for over $100. These Polo Ralph Laurens. $6.99 for the blazer. And I love it when I find a blazer and I'm like, I bet there are pants that go with that. Went to the pants section, boom, found the matching pants, which just big time increased the value. And they have the cinch thing on the side. These are just super, super hot right now. Just my favorite find of the trip. So, and the pants were $5.99. So I paid $6 plus $7. So $13 that would be for that. And that will sell for over $100 easy. But I'll probably have to wait until fall to list that. I mean, that would be great. If you can list multiple at once. Yes, I use Flip now. It'll be $9 a month starting March 1st. Yeah, I think it's because there's so many cross listers and stuff. I think it's just competition, but who's going to be better? The thing that Auto Posture has over all the cross listers is that it has the delist, relist. It has the share your store. It has the automatic offers. The cross listers don't have to do that. So what I was looking at this year, I was waiting for Auto Posture to come out with the cross lister. Hasn't come out yet. So I'm like, all right, Vendu's been talking to me and so I'm like, do I go with a cross lister and Poshmark? So you're paying for 2 programs. I just want to do 1 program. So that's what it's in. So we'll see how it goes. Gingham check, Polo Ralph Lauren. Again, this was half off. This was $5 because it's a pink tag. Gingham check is the best pattern. And this blue is really good. I know it's a green horse, but this blue gingham check, Really good. That will sell extremely fast. And right near it was, again, the same type of gingham check. This is a really popular pattern. But this is that performance burr, that like Vineyard Vines performance. It's burr because it's kind of got a cold, like it's cold to the touch, actually. It's really weird. Like this shirt feels colder than this shirt. Very, very weird. But that's what it is. Sirs, what's up, Barbara Booty? Barbara Booty. How do you measure that blazer? Good question. So the way I measure blazers, you can always look at my listings. I sold one of those purple label, by the way, guys. I measure the blazer a couple different places. So I will measure the blazer from pit to pit. So I guess I'll scoot back. So from here to here, I'll measure it. From here to here, I'll measure it from up here, the top of the cut or the top of the shoulder seam, all the way to the end of the cuff. I'll measure it there. And then I'll measure it the back to the back hem. So the length right here. Sometimes I will put in the shoulder to shoulder. So shoulder seam to shoulder seam. I'll put that in, but I don't do it on all of them. And then sometimes you'll have people that will say, hey, what's the waist measurement? So it's like the measurement from the button right across here. That would be the measurement. I don't put that one in. So normally I just put 3, pit to pit, the length, and the arm. Those are usually my 3. It takes 5 seconds to do a shoulder to shoulder, and that might help your sales too. How do you ship them blazers, and about how much does shipping run you? So this is a full suit. So a full suit I have to put in. Usually I do those in like a priority shoebox is how I'll ship those priority. I always fold them like this. If you watch my videos, I'll do one tomorrow where I'm packing up all my stuff. It'll probably be in the morning. I don't know if I have a blazer, but I fold it in half like this to protect the interior buttons, and then the buttons right here. And then a lot of times I'll roll them, and then I'll put them in the shoebox. So, which I have a million of if you saw that picture. And then if it's just a blazer, which is just the top portion, I'll roll that and I'll put it in a padded flat rate envelope and send it that way. So that's how I'll ship those. Buyer pays shipping. Again, in eBay, put how it's being shipped. Again, Poshmark's going to be a whole new thing, but you ship it in priority, so it'd be the same thing. So hopefully that helps. What is all this stuff? Okay. We have more. Polo Ralph Lauren ran into a really nice reseller. He was like, oh my gosh, I think I recognize you. So we talked for a whole long time. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren with this white collar. He said, why did you pick that up? He passed it. I told him I picked it up because it has this white collar. It has this writing here, which is more unique. It's like almost like a military writing or something, whatever. And then it has this pocket right here with the Polo Ralph Lauren stitching right there. It's just unique. Anything Polo Ralph Lauren that's different than others, I pick up. That was $5. Same store. I told him, Untuck It. He's like, I don't usually pick up that brand. This one is linen. So a linen Untuck It shirt, you're going to get that $26, like I said earlier, usually with that guy. New with tags, my favorite pair of golf pants to sell are the Under Armour Match Play pants. Again, they have that stretch all the way around the waist. Really good size, 32. How much were these? For $8. So new with tags, Under Armour for $8 in Chicago. And then they're going to again, it just comes down to luck or who's pricing stuff or whatever. I don't know. This shirt's new to me too. But I'm going to show you a bolo right now. Teresa, thank you. Have you ever tried the Smart Sizer app for measurements? I haven't, Steve. I haven't. I have not tried it. What I do is pretty easy. I also know that Tekken, I think he sells, or someone in the community sells like a T measurement where you just put the T down and it measures the pit to pit and the length of it all in one picture. And a lot of people use that. So I have not though. But this is a good bolo, guys, right here. It's funny I found this. I was talking to my kids and my wife saying goodnight to them the first night in Chicago. And I was going through the women's section and I went and found this. This was in the women's section, 2XL, Flint and Tinder. I got lucky. It's a pearl snap corduroy. This has a lot of things going for it. It's a good brand, Flint and Tinder, high-end brand. It's corduroy. It's got pearl snaps. And it's a 2XL. So it checks all the boxes. And it was $6. So I don't know exactly how much this will sell for, but my guess is close to 40 because of everything I just said. Also, this is a new brand to me. I might post this today I'll probably post this like on Instagram or something just for you guys to be on the lookout for. It was $6. But let me know if you guys know this. You guys let me know this. So I'm going to show you the symbol. It's Levi's, right? So this is a Levi's pearl snap shirt, which you guys know I love Levi's denim, pearl snap. I'm going to show you the emblem on them. And you guys tell me if you've heard of this or who's this in collabs? Who's in cahoots with this shirt? Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you it. I have to hide. Okay. Let's see if I can do it with hiding this. Sorry. Here we go. Ready? Okay, Levi's. What's it say? Fresh leaves. So that's it. Free Levi's fresh leaves. Don't you sit there and call a friend and get on Google. Levi's fresh leaves. And this is a pearl snap button shirt. I would have picked it up regardless, but it had that extra little name and whatever on it. I'm like, what is that? Something special. $6. I'll hold it down here for a second. Posh is nice. You can ship anything any way you want to 5 pounds. Push Market is super easy. When you make a sale, just box up, print the label. Yep, that's what I love. That's what I've heard about it. Don't worry about the feedback. Nothing matters there. I love that. That's what I love about. I think I'm gonna love Poshmark, especially like I'm gonna price really aggressively again. So, 100% feedback is all platforms. But yeah, again, yeah, I agree. Never deal with people. Yeah, I like that. 240. Thanks for all that. I just sold a denim regular pearl snap with the tags for out of the bins. You got them for $1, sold for $3, $33 plus shipping. So nice. Yeah. Those Wrangler pearl snap denims, I'm always on the fence. Sometimes those sell, sometimes those not. They don't. But if you get it new with tags, especially for $1 out of the bins, it's a no-brainer. So if you guys says, I don't know. All right, you guys are talking to each other. Again, I'm going to show you one more time. Fresh. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I've never seen this. Fresh leaves. There you go. I already showed it to you. Justin Timberlake's collab with Levi's. Fresh leaves. Raise your hand if you knew there was a collab with Justin Timberlake and Fresh Leaves? I didn't. But let me give you a good look at it. So this is what it looks like. So it has this collar that's like a flannel collar. It's the pearl snap denim. It was $5.99. Justin Timberlake snagged that mug up. Another blazer. This one was $7.99. This is a Peter Millar blazer. So I do like picking up Peter Millar blazers. They always sell well for me. Again, I loathe blazers. When they sell really, really well. You get good money, good ROI, but I hate listing them because measuring them and everything else. But yeah, Peter Millar blazers, definitely a pickup for me. Just make sure you look for flaws. One thing you want to look for in blazers, if you're new to selling blazers, on the elbows. So right here's the sleeve. On the elbows, if it's really, really shiny where the elbows would be, that means it's a pretty worn out suit. I wouldn't pick it up because he did a lot of elbow rubbing from computers or whatever, like on the desk, whatever. So when I look at suits, a lot of the times I'll look at the elbows, and if it's really shimmery, then I usually don't pick it up because it really shows in the pictures too. Even like there have been Zegna suits and stuff that I've just had to pass up on because of that. It really is a bummer. Oh, what's up, Surfs? What's up, Josh V? Hope all is well. Maybe one day I'll see you at one of the thrifts in the Chicago area close to Naperville. We were out near Naperville, Josh. We were in and out, but we did run into a lot of thrifters. So it was cool. Yeah, I know. Sophia, everyone's like, what? Justin Timberlake? I don't know. Is it one of those things that I'll find once, I'll never find again? Who knows? Or is it one of those things that I found once and now I'm going to find it all the time? I don't know. Did you say you will hold blazers, the blazers now? So it just depends. So as far as seasonal, like this right here is a really heavy tweed blazer. This is something you'd want to wear in the fall or winter. So that's definitely something I will keep until then. Harris tweed, but I do have blazers right now that are like suit supply that are linen or cotton or silk. I actually have one down here that I'll list now. Here's an example. This is a good one-off kind of a brand. But yeah, if they're a blend of silk, like a summertime blazer, I will list it. But if it's more of a tweed, a winter blazer, I won't list it until that time of year. But again, only because I have all that spring and summer stuff I need to list first. So you can either call it seasonal or just prioritizing what you're listing, however you want to call it. This was $9.99. This is a blazer brand that I don't normally ever pick up because I'm showing you this. Don't go out and say, Surf said buy this brand every time, because I'm not saying that at all. So Ralph Lauren. This is like the lower end of Ralph Lauren. But I picked it up because of the size. So check out the size and the material. So the size is a 54R. It's silk and wool. So the Ralph Lauren, you don't deduct 10 off the 54. So like if it's a Canali and it says 54, it's actually a 44. If it's a Zegna and it says 54, it's actually a 44. This is a 54. So this is like a 3 to 4 XL blazer, and it's a silk blend. So for $10, I picked these up. I even checked comps while I was there just to make sure. These sell for over 50 all day long. So that's a blazer from that brand that I picked up. Normally I don't pick up green label Ralph Lauren. So blazers, 2-button or 3-button. So good question, Pamela. 2-button usually always do better for me, but the purple label that I just sold was a double-breasted. So it had the buttons coming down both sides, which is coming back now. Because if you go to a lot of the websites or look at like a GQ magazine, a lot of them are double-breasted again. So it's coming back into style. But 2 buttons or 3 buttons on the actual blazer, I always prefer 2. 2 are always a better seller for me on the front. Finally pull the trigger on a storage unit. Oh, got a truck full of free designer clothing, full in the F-150. Christine, I'm glad you pulled it. Again, it's a write-off. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of stuff like in places doesn't bother me, but it bothers my wife, and I understand it. It's like just a mess. It's anxiety for her. She doesn't have anxiety, but it's like it just brings it on. It feels like a cloud. So I was like, yeah, I'll get all this stuff out of here and put in a storage unit. So that was part of why we got one. So yeah, good for you getting a storage unit. Again, it's part of your business expense when it comes to your tax season because it's part of your business. So I know it sucks to pay the money out of your pocket right now, but at the end of the year, you can deduct it. Double-breasted. I send it out. Double-breasted. Where's that? Okay. So here, this isn't a blazer. This is a jacket, but this is what double-breasted looks like. So double-breasted is this. So you're gonna be like, oh yeah. So this is double-breasted. Let me see if I can pull that for you. So see how it has the 2 lines of pockets, the double or buttons. So this is double-breasted. So you'll see a suit, a blazer with the double-breasted. The front crosses over farther, and it's got 1 row of buttons and another row. That's called a double-breasted blazer. And then you can have the 3-button blazer in the front or a 2-button. The 2-button I prefer over the 3 is what we were talking about. I found, oh my gosh, do I want to read this? Found a double RL blazer at the Thrift the other day, and it was super excited until I saw burn holes in the shoulder. Shoot, I'm sorry I did read that. That is bad. Dang it. I would have probably still bought it just because it's a double RL. Ah, bummer. Dang. Yep. Sorry about that. That's all I can say. Critical. Yeah, that sucks. A double RL. I love double RL so much. Another one of those carbon and cobalts from earlier. That's like a million of those. Yep, double RL. And then that, yeah, blazers, guys, if they have holes or mouth holes or whatever, even if it's a really good brand like double RL or whatever, it's ruined. It's really hard to fix wool blazers and blazers in general. I paid up for this because it's a performance Vineyard Vines. It's a performance whale shirt, Vineyard Vines. So it has the logo hit right here. So I paid $8 for this. not really paid up. It goes right along with my Polo Ralph Lauren shirt method, surf up method, whatever. That will sell for like $23, I think. $23, $24. Do you promote items on eBay? So really good question again. I promote any item that's saturated. So with Auto Posher, I have it set where it sends out offers anything over $20. Anything under $20, I don't have Auto Posher send offers out on, because everything under $20, like this and my Polo Ralph Lauren's and all my polo shirts and stuff, I price them really, really cheap and competitively, and I promote them all at 4%. So that's how I work that part of my business. Any really oversaturated market, I price my stuff down really cheap and I promote them at 4%. Everything else, I don't promote. I just use Auto Posher for automatic offers. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Sorry, that looked like a Wrangler sale. Sold it for 33. Oh, that Wrangler shirt? Yeah. Levi's and Wranglers, they look so much alike. It's all good. I know a double breast. Oh, my bad. Meant, how do you sell? But you already answered before I read it. Sorry, my bad, Pamela. My bad. My bad. Well, you know what, though? Someone's going to be watching this, and hi to you, person out there. They're going to watch this, and they're not going to know what double-breasted means. So that's his collab. Yeah, that's his collab, I guess. It's funny how the 90s styles are influencing suits and pants. My college son likes baggy pleated pants. Yuck. Right? That's what I'm saying earlier. I went through it. This Levi's it's just popular. It's the baggies like Dawson's Creek, Levi's from like the late mid 90s. I know that's what's in right now. And the Levi's jeans, the 560s that are like the balloon fit. That's what's cool. That's what's cool. I get it too. Like, it's not really tight. So like if you have a little spare tire or a few LBs that you gained, no one knows. You keep it undercover. Thought about double-breasted. Let me see. Thought double-breasted was also referred to having pockets on both sides. No, so if you have a pocket, most blazers have pockets on both sides, but some have two pockets on one side, and that's a ticket pocket, which I just learned not too long ago. So most blazers have two pockets, one on each side, but some of them have a pocket above the pocket on like your right side, and that's called like a ticket blazer or a ticket pocket. So like if you were to go to a nice playbill, like a Les Miserables or whatever, you pull your ticket out of your ticket pocket. And you're welcome, Victoria. I'm so lucky that our house came with 2 second-car garage. I'm able to write the square foot off on taxes. Yes, for sure. Again, talk to your CPA about tax stuff. I try not to get into that, but there's a lot, guys. There's a lot out there, a lot available for you. For example, this room I do my whatnot out of. I always do my hauls out of this room. This closet right behind me, that one right there that you see has all my blazers in it. So part of a write-off, things like that. But yeah, you're right. Totally right. We need more space too. Our house is a good sized house and we still need more space. So here's definitely my favorite polo I found of the trip. Check this out. This is beautiful. This was on the racks. Smells like cologne. Someone's going to probably be mad because it smells like cologne. It smells great to me. But it's a Grayson polo. So check that out. Grayson polo shirt. Really good pattern to it. Just beautiful. I don't even think, it's got a true north with it. I actually think this is a popular golf course, actually. I'm not for sure, but I've seen that golf course a ton of times. But size small, $5, no brainer for a loud Grayson polo shirt, golf polo shirt. Do you let your items sit indefinitely or do you promote and mark down until sold? Good question too, Victoria. I let them sit indefinitely, but what I do is if I notice, for example, all my items are in like bins. If you guys have watched me downstairs pack, I'll pack tomorrow morning. You guys can come in live for that. All my items are in like bins. So a lot of times I'll go in bins and I'll just observe things like those aren't selling or that hasn't sold or I've had that for a while. And I'll go into my eBay star and I'll just mark it down like completely to get rid of it. So that's how I do that. I let stuff sit indefinitely. I don't delist all my winter items and then relist them all come winter. I let them stay, especially that I have Auto Posher, delist and relist year round. And some of that stuff can sell throughout the summer and spring. But yeah, I let it just sit indefinitely, and then I'll mark it down as I see fit. For example, really good example, FootJoy polos did not sell last season for me. They've sold every year. Last season, which I mean spring and summer, they were not selling very well at all. So I marked down every single FootJoy I had. I marked them like 25 to 30% off what I had them at because they just weren't selling. So that's a good example of that. Here's a Vineyard Vines again, performance. I don't pick up all Vineyard Vines. You'll see everything I'm picking up is a little bit unique. Like the burr was like a nylon blend, and then the performance. This one was $8, and this is the Vineyard Vines with the little hit in the front, and it's a performance golf. These sell for around 22 for me, and I have a lot listed, so it takes no time for me to sell those, or list those, I should say. Hopefully sell them too. And then probably one of the hottest patterns around in the spring and summer is seersucker. So that blue like wrinkly seersucker. And then I don't even know if I've ever found, I might have, but with that multicolored logo pony hit right there on a seersucker short by Polo Ralph Lauren, I don't know if I've ever found that. It could be because it's got the newer tag, but most seersucker Polo Ralph Lauren shorts I find don't have any logo on. They're just Polo Ralph Lauren. But this one had that little hit on it, and it stuck out. I saw it, and I said, I got to have you. Yep, please ask questions, guys. You can save lots of money. Yeah, ask questions. Let's see. Is there a system on eBay that will relist for you? I've noticed it seems eBay does it sometimes for me, but setting it with a mark. Sorry if that's a dumb question. No, Victoria, there's no dumb questions here, okay? There's no dumb questions. So eBay does have like relist after, I think you set it up after every 31 days or every 30 days, whatever it is, it relists your item. So the item will keep the same ID. So let's say you listed this and eBay gave it the ID number 2222. So in 31 days, item 2222 will be relisted again and relisted after 30 days. Relist it after 30 days. Autoposture will delist it and then relist it, and eBay will give it a brand new number and push it up in the algos. So that's it. You can set it to relist, but you will pay that insertion fee. So if you don't have a store, you'll just continue to pay that insertion fee. That's why at some point it makes sense for you to get a store on eBay if you don't have one already. I place the items in totes, but I'm wondering if I should bin them by date so I can discount accordingly. Thoughts? Yeah, Pamela. You can. You guys know, I don't know if you guys know Ethan. He hasn't been on social media for a while, but my friend Ethan Banks, he's a shoe guy. He has a system. I don't know exactly how he sets it up. He has to go in manually, I think, and do it. But he has like a 3-tier system. So like after 90 days, he knocks whatever he has. It doesn't matter what it is. He sells shoes only. He marks it down after 90 days. And then after another certain amount of days, he puts it in another category where he marks it down. So he will just mark down until they're sold. So I don't know exactly his process with that, but that's what he does. I don't think it's automated though. Again, Levi's shirt, again, with those metal buttons. This is a blue one. So I showed you the multicolored one. This is a blue one. Excuse me, $7. It's just sell for around 21 plus shipping. But as far as placing the items in totes there are so many systems out there. You guys watch K-Way. His system is a very adopted system. A lot of people do it. It works very well for people where you categorize everything A through Z and then my number system. So it's a number letter system. That works really well. And then you put that in your title or wherever on eBay. My system is I put items with like items. I don't separate bag them. I don't put them in any category as far as letters or numbers. And then like tech and sports, he puts it in a system like mine, but also by date listed. So he puts it in like items, but he puts it in when they were listed. So like what you're talking about. So there are a ton of different ways to do it. I even think I saw someone, they messaged me. Yes, someone messaged me and said, what do you think of my system? And they had this system set up in a storage unit where it was all like angled tie like rods, and he put them on, they'd slide down, and the whole store was by date, by listing date. So his whole store was by listing date. I don't know exactly what he does with that, but it looked great for him. And if you get sales, he got sales, it worked. So what is the insertion fee? I don't even know anymore because I pay for a store. So I get like 2,000 a month or something crazy where I don't pay insertion fees. But if you're new to eBay, I think you get like maybe 100. I don't know what it is, guys, in chat. You can say maybe 100 or 200 insertion fees. So anytime you list an item, you have to pay like a 15 or 20 cents fee to list the item. That's what's referred to as an insertion fee. And then when the item sells, eBay takes a commission on the sale, as we all know. But when you have a store, the store, you don't pay any insertion fees. So if you're listing a ton of items, you pretty much have unlimited insertion fees for depending on what store you have. Also, you get discounts on materials. So every 4 months, you get a coupon for buying shipping materials through eBay. So $50 quarterly, which is $200 of free shipping materials a year, kind of free. And then also you get to run more sales or promotions, I think, through an eBay store. But I don't recommend getting an eBay store until it makes sense. If you plan on doing this a while, you start building your inventory up to 500, 1,000 items, it probably makes sense to do that. What's up, Jen? And your logo is the same over here. I love it. Let's see. I want to make sure I answer everyone's questions. So what's the difference between just posting on eBay and having the store? Barbara, so there's really no, having a store does not mean you're going to get more sales. So eBay is a very search-driven engine selling platform. So for example, here's a Patagonia new with tags fleece, right? It's a vest. So people aren't going to go on eBay for the most part and just browse through my store. I have an eBay store. They're not going to browse through it. eBay, they're going to look for something. I'm going to go to eBay to look for a Patagonia fleece vest that's new with tags. So they're going to type that in. It doesn't matter who it is who has it. Whichever one looks the best, whichever one's the cheapest, whatever fits their mold, they're going to buy it. So I don't think me having that in my store is going to make a bit of difference compared to you listing it and you don't have a store. If you have better pictures, you have a better price, whatever, yours will sell quicker or just as quick as mine. Pamela says insertion fee is 30 cents, she thinks. So that adds up. That adds up. I'm close to 250 listings. Want to get a store. Do I have to pay the yearly price upfront or is it month to month? So you have the option, Josh, of doing both. I do the yearly because I think you know how it is with any program. Like you buy it for a year, you get this much free or a month free or whatever. So I do the yearly because I know I'm going to need it. And it just, you know, it's a hit in the jugular every time that time of year comes because it's a heavy fee. It's $50 a month. But you can do it monthly if you want to. If you're on a budget and you can't pay $250 or whatever it is right away, whatever plan it is, then you can do monthly. Especially if you think you want to see if you like it. But if it's a thing for you, again, it's a business expense. So that store I put as a business expense with my taxes at the end of the year, along with my storage unit, along with a lot of different things, my mileage for my car. So it's upfront costs that suck, but it's just part of the business. Okay, Stacy, what is up? Reiser's in the house. I don't like saying Stacy, but what's up, Reisner? Reisner says she thinks that 240 items for eBay is the sweet spot for getting a store. So 240 items. People ask me that question all the time. How many items should I have? Reisner thinks about 240 is a sweet spot. That's about when it makes sense to purchase a store. If you have 50 or 80 items, you're probably paying too much if you get a store. You'd be better off just listing things. And with my store, I often shipping discounts when you buy more than one item. Yes. Yeah. So I think I don't know if it's because I buy them through eBay or if it's because I have a store, but I do get discounts on shipping labels. I've had a store for so long, I don't even know, but someone will pay me $9 for shipping. And a lot of times I'll pay $7. when I ship it off eBay. So I don't really know. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. They just rolled out the cart. You know me, I hopped on it. $5.99. Nice Polo Ralph Lauren men's cardigan vest with the cable knit. So you're going to list that as cable knit, like a cardigan vest. And it had a really nice feel to it. So looked at the tag. It has some cashmere, not a whole lot, but it's 10% cashmere. So what a good, I mean, you look like a Mr. Rogers Easter egg. This is a perfect Easter. So even though this is a sweater, I will list this right now because it's a lightweight. Someone's going to wear that looking for Easter eggs. Do you think how you ship items matters to the customer within reason, meaning your stickers, colors, logos? Good question, Victoria. Victoria, have you watched my live shipping? Again, if you're just joining, I'll ship tomorrow live in the morning, my weekend sales. You're going to see how I ship and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm like folding things so neatly, and that's totally fine. But the way I ship, like I literally fold this in half, make a couple more folds like this, look like this. I'll put it in the poly mailer, then I'll just slap the label on it and put it to the side. That's how I ship my items. I've sold over 31,000 items, and I don't think I've had any complaints about clothing being shipped a certain way. It just depends. So you do you. Some people, like I know Chris at Peak, he writes a thank you card with every single piece he does. That's a really good touch. Some people put their logo on the package or like a business card in their shipping bag or whatever. I know Kway has his number system where he puts them in clear bags and then he brings them inside and they're already clear bagged, really nice, folded and neat. And he puts those in a shipping bag. So there's a ton of different ways to do it. For me, this is just the most efficient, easiest way to do it for me. And it's not like I'm hurting the item. I mean, all I know is when I get a Lululemon bag in the mail, the Lululemon shirt's flopping around inside of it. I open it up, look at the Lululemon shirt. I don't care how it's packed. You can do yearly subscription and pay monthly for it if that makes sense. Okay, so like a monthly plan, right? You can pay for a year subscription, but on a monthly plan, if that's what you're talking about. I called it eBay to confirm. It's considering changing my store size. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're saying, right? So you're buying the year, but you're doing it on a monthly plan. That makes sense, right? That's like purchasing a car on a monthly plan instead of leasing a car, maybe. I don't know, something like that. In other words, you get the yearly discount and pay per month. Yeah. Yep. So you're committing to them for a year. And my guess is the way they work around that is if you decide you don't want it, you have to continue to pay the rest of that year. That's probably how that works. So they'll put you on a monthly pay schedule, but you are committing to that year. Where if you do just monthly, you're committing to just per month. So that makes a ton of sense. 240, how can I tell if my sales come from Autoposher or if it's sale within or without Autoposher? Good question. So the way I kind of figured out that I know for sure, there's three ways you can know for sure. So with eBay, what I do is delist, relist, auto delist, relist, and I do send out offers. If you look at my store, almost all my items are priced at like, let's just say $19.99 or $18.88. They're all priced the same throughout my store. So if I get a sale that comes in at $17.64, that was an Autoposher sale because Autoposher sent out a best offer. I didn't send that out. I don't sell anything for $17.64. So I know that was an Autoposher sale. Another way, if you want to really figure it out and dig deep, is get onto your Autoposher online, which they don't have an app, but it's just as easy. And you can go, if something sells, for example, right now, let's say I've had this cardigan for over a year and it just now sold. I wonder what's going on. You can go to Autoposher and look up your delist, relist tracker. And this might have been delisted and relisted overnight. And so that could be the reason why it sold, because it got delisted and relisted and got pushed up in the algos. So that's the way you can figure it out. But most of the time for me, it's through the automatic offers. That's how I know if it's an Autoposher sale. And you'll hear me say that stuff during when I pack stuff. Um, Love it. That's how I pack for the most part. I don't think customers care either. But wondering if you notice return customers do marketing that way. No, I don't. I don't. I made a video a while ago. I was just kind of being goofy like I always am, but it's like I'm the laziest person here. Like I don't put stuff in my bins by numbers and letters. I just put it in bins and throw it in like categories. Like this Grayson polo, I'm just going to throw it in a bin with all my other Grayson polos. I'm not going to fold it nice and neat. Then I'm like, when I ship stuff, I just grab it out of the bin and I put it in a mailer like this and I ship it out the door because I'm lazy. But I don't cut corners. So I'm as lazy as I can be without cutting corners. So that's kind of the key for me. For me. So yeah. What's up, Heather? Hey, just want to say hi because I'm quite in the background listening while at work. Heather, what are you doing on Sunday at work? What are you doing? Where are you working at? Can I be really loud and be like, you're watching Sirs of Fines? Really loud. Got my first negative review today. Customer comment that the item was listed as brown and claimed it was not. She wants me to keep it though. Or she wanted to keep it though? It looked brown to me. Should I care or try to reach out to her and just let it go? So she left you a negative feedback and she wants to keep the shirt. So what I would have done is say, I would have probably said something along the lines of, I always like to make the customer happy. I wish you would have reached out to me before you left negative feedback. I would have, even if they thought it was a different shade of brown, I get that sometimes too with blues or whatever. So be it, whatever. I don't want negative feedback. I would have said, I'm sorry that the brown's not the color you'd like. You can send it back for a full refund. I'll pay shipping, whatever, and leave it at that. But if they want to keep it and get a refund because it's a different shade and give you negative feedback, no, I would not. I would say I wouldn't go at them though, because you want to try to get that feedback removed soon. Still, you can still try to get that feedback removed. So if you really, really want to, you can say, I'm sorry that's not the shade of brown you want. I don't know how much you have into it. If you really want to, you can say, it's my mistake. The colors were wrong. I'll let you keep it, but I really would appreciate it if you would remove the negative feedback. And you can send a removal feedback request to them to see if they'll remove that feedback. But that is also them trying to scam you probably too. So there's a lot of ways to handle that. You can ask for it back and then get with eBay and try to get that removed and all that sort of stuff. So that's a good question. There's a lot of ways to go about that one. Would you pick up a South Pole button-up plaid shirt? No. I've tried South Pole shirts and they just aren't selling for me. Just the pants. So the big jeans have been selling for me at South Pole. I've tried South Pole shirts. I've tried button up with a big South Pole embroider on the back. It's still sitting in my eBay store. You can go look it up right now. So right now, currently, South Pole isn't selling. The shirts aren't selling really well, but that could change tonight. For example, Pele or Rockaware hasn't sold for me. And then I think I posted that I bought 2 pairs and I sold both pairs in 2 days. So Rockaware started selling. So it could, but right now, currently, I wouldn't pick it up. For packaging, for the longest time, I had a loose leaf, similar item system. All I did was just write thank you with a smiley face on the packages. Always got very high desire for communications. Just wondering, Josh, hope it helps you save money. There you go, Josh. So critical, same thing. Same thing. They would put a thank you on it. You can write thank you on it. I don't put any packing slips in my eBay items orders ever. Again, come watch me tomorrow morning. But I don't put any eBay slips in my orders ever. So yeah, just as long as you're selling the right item and what you have pictured and what you have described, I don't think the buyer cares that much. Now, I did with my purple label suit that I sold for $300. I packed that up nicely. I put it in a bubble flat rate. I did put a thank you sticker because I have some left over that I don't normally use. So if it's a really expensive, nice item, they'll get the special treatment, which is like anyone else's normal treatment. How would that work if you were going from basic store to premium store within a year? Would there be fees upgrading you to the plan? Okay, so Josh, that's a good question. I would probably call eBay and they'd probably super easy. They probably just prorate your store and you could just upgrade right away. But again, just you want to sit down. It won't take long. Do the math of insertion fees and then how much that store costs, and you can see if it's worth the time for you. But again, also there are perks to having a store. So just know that as well. So again, I'm not an affiliate with eBay or anything like that. So just do what makes most sense with you with money-wise. So, and with the store, as a storefront, it looks all pretty and nice and everything. Sometimes that matters. But again, like I said earlier, when I think eBay is a very search-driven engine, people are going to look up Patagonia fleece vest, and they're going to find one on there. And if you have good pictures and it's priced right, yours is going to sell whether you have a store or not. They're not going to go to your store and look at your storefront and see if it's good looking or whatever. You have good feedback. You have a lot of people that's bought from you. You've been on eBay for a little while. You'll get the sale, whether you have a store or not. That lazy shipper video was the first video of yours I saw. Your personality hooked me. Lulu, which I'm gotta call you Spirit. Yeah, that was my personality, and that's how I felt. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's so bad." I don't care. But yeah, appreciate you coming in. I'm also So you're obviously on YouTube too. So I'm not on TikTok today. So that's good to know. I'll follow you on YouTube. I love that video. You look at me taking pictures on the floor. I know. Be as loud as you want. I work from home and business on eBay. Good. So work from home and do two businesses at once. When I was a teacher, I did that. Whenever I had any downtime, I would be listing, or I'd be listing. So like during lunch, during preps, during periods, whatever, I'd be listing for sure. I don't care. As long as you're getting both jobs done, does it really matter in life, right? Lulu, I love that one. Oh, Shelby's talking to Spiritfield. Poshmark doesn't do returns as size as long as you showed measurements correctly. You'll like the chill environment. Very few returns. Audra coming in with some good words. Okay. And Spirit, I know. Spirit, are you just on Poshmark? You do eBay too, because I watch your videos. Audra, that's good to know. So you guys know I do all my measurements in my pictures. I don't do any measurements in my descriptions or in my item specifics. Just do pictures of my measurements for a lot of different reasons, which I talked before. So that will be good. It makes it so there's no arguments with buyers either. It's clearly shown. There's no, well, you said it was 21, and I think it's 22. No, the measurement's clear. What platforms sell best for you? Currently only on eBay and Mercari right now. Victoria, I just started Poshmark this weekend. I'm doing a beta program with Autoplusher. So I've had Autoplusher for more than probably, 8 months or so, like by now. And it's not a cross lister, but there's a cross lister that Autoplusher is putting a beta version out now, and I'm using it. It's working really well. I really, really like it. And I'm now posting on Poshmark. So we'll see how those sales go. Happy Sunday, Anita. Happy Sunday to you. Wave, what's up, Anita? Reisner, there's a significant fee for downgrade of a store sub if you do not do within 30-day anniversary date. Oh, okay. So there's a significant fee for downgrade of a store if you do not do it within the 30 days. So if you downgrade to a store, of course, eBay is going to hit you. Is that what you're talking about, Reisner? eBay is going to hit you if you can do a downgrade. Retail ARB, you guys know. You think Bearded and I stopped thrifting at 7 when Chicago closed their thrift stores? You're crazy. So these are Polo Ralph Lauren. They were paid $43 for them, but the comps were like $100. These are Polo Ralph Lauren joggers, all over print. And again, jogger because they have that cuff at the bottom. And they are cargos. Put your freaking tots in there. No, you can put your snacks or whatever in the cargo pockets. Just crazy print. You guys know me, Polo Ralph Lauren, my favorite brand. And then they're expensive. So they were expensive new with tags at Ross. They only had one. Again, when it comes to retail arbitrage from Ross, TJ Maxx, all those places, you want to look for places and items that they don't have a ton of. So you might find like a Levi's jacket, trucker jacket, and be like, oh my gosh, it's a great item. But you go to 4 other Rosses and they all have that item and they all have a ton of them, then more than likely that Ross is going to have them all over the country and you're not going to get a good deal. So do your due diligence and look up comps. I just opened Poshmark because you guys are all talking about it in the UK. Sophia, I mean, I started a Poshmark store before I listed on there like months and months ago, mostly because I wanted to have surfs up finds over all the platforms, right? Um, but yeah, I started a store, never posted on it, and then just like a few days ago, the beta program came out, so I'm doing that, and it's really easy and it's already working. So yeah, starting that now. Again, hopefully it all works out well to have the sharing my store and the sending offers and the cross listing all in one place with Autoposher. Really looking forward to it. So that's $8 for this. Are we doing a thrift haul? LL Bean. I've actually never found this before, so let me give it a snap. Never found this before, and I love LL Bean. But this is an LL Bean metal snap, like thick flannel thing. It's a shacket. It's a shacket, right? So we have our pockets here. This is a shacket. This is a new cool thing, I think, right? $7.99. I didn't look up comps. I just know LL Beans do well. It's a flannel shacket, I would say. And my guess is that probably sells for like $25 or $27. Just guessing. I posted once on Poshmark and it was so much spam. It drove me crazy. How do you manage those spammers? So I turned off all my notifications other than my sales on Poshmark. So yeah, I have a ton of I have a ton of news. Like all these people are following me now and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'll get like people saying, "This is my phone number. Call me. I want to pay for it." I don't even look at notifications right now. So I'm so new to it. I'm just looking at if I get sales. Does that make sense? Autoposher shares my store and does all that stuff in the background. So that's all I know. Our Goodwills here in Washington, Seattle, close at 9. Jessica, I'm with you, girl. Our close at 9 too. So when I do my thrifting here, if I do an all-dayer, it'll be 9 to 9, which is awesome. Chicago was 9 to 7. Literally, it was a blink of an eye every day. I noticed that you can do live sales like Whatnot. I know eBay even has that. I think they're all trying to do that live sale thing. I don't know. Poshmark, eBay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're all going to be competing with each other. I think they're all seeing Whatnot's gotten a lot of people coming over there. And then but Whatnot's funds are here. eBay's funds are up here. So if eBay really wanted to start something along those lines, they have a lot of backing. So I don't know what will happen with all that. You just got to go with the flow. California in the house. What's up, Callie? Thanks for so many nuggets of wisdom. I learned so much. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. I help you. Just little pieces for me and other resellers. That's what it's about. Okay. Earlier I was talking about Untuck It. This is one that will sell for like $23 or $25 because it is a nylon spandex. What is it? Nylon spandex? Nylon elastane. Why does it say elastane? Isn't that the same thing as spandex? Anyways, $5.99. Untuck It. That one will sell for more. This is like in a flannel, so this will be like in the middle. Untuck It. This will sell for around $22. Again, paid like $5 or $6 for that. This shirt, I didn't know for sure if I want to do it. Again, I'm going to show you more. Short sleeve Untuck It sell really well. Actually, they might sell better for me than long sleeve. So short sleeve Untuck It. I sold this exact shirt at least 2 or 3 times. Another Untuck It shirt. I'm not going to go through all the Untuck It's. I don't really want to bore you guys that much. You're already here watching. You're probably bored out of your mind. Polo Ralph Lauren, another one of these. Okay, now let's get to a shirt I was on the fence about. So if you're from Texas or somewhere in the South or whatever, you probably know Stetson. It's a really popular Western brand. They're really known for making Western hats, but this is like a Western metal snap shirt by Stetson. It's a size small and it was $6. And I've had a Stetson shirt in the past and it did okay. But so I wasn't sure about this shirt. So I double checked. I went on eBay and the comps were good. They were like $27. So I picked it up. I'm guessing because it's like a metal snap Western Stetson. That's why. But Stetson, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like an $80 or $90 shirt new. I mean, look at the details. Stetson's just a good brand. I look at offers and orders on Poshmark. I'll message you about bundle offers. Those are good. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, do that. A couple of kids right here. No discounts at all in Cali. Took all away. Liz, same thing. The only discount we have in Indy is anything over $20, you save 10%. So basically, I just look at it as I'm not paying taxes on those items. But we used to have half off colors. We used to have once a month, everything in the store was half off. We had dollar Sundays on those half off colors at the end of the week. We would have all sorts of sales here in Indy. And then after the pandemic, they got rid of every sale we have. The only thing they've kept was 10% off anything you spend over $20. Again, which is basically just covers your taxes. Again, in Chicago, I found 2 or 3 Lululemon pants just hanging on the rack. I mean, you guys know, you just look there, flip it over, there's your Lululemon. This guy has the tab up here, but for $10, I sell these all day long for like 37, 34, something like that. If I want to move them quick, I could list them for more, but Lululemon pants plus shipping sell so quick for me. Have you ever been to the Ben's in Gary, Indiana? If so, how was it there? Josh, I haven't. Bearded goes there and he likes them. So Bearded goes there, he likes them. Who was in here earlier? Retired Resales. Juan, he goes there and likes them. So yeah, I think they're good up there in Gary. You guys all know, if you're not from Indiana, or you guys know the town Gary, it's a very dangerous city, but that's where Michael Jackson was born, Jackson 5, all them. So that's like, it's outside of Chicago, but it's in Indiana. This is a Turtleson. This brand is hit or miss. It's a golf brand, but Turtleson can do well. This is $7. And so if it's a polyester Turtleson without any logos on it, I'll pick it up. That'll sell for around 20 for me. Thoughts on Johnny O Polo? As long as the Johnny O Polo is stretchy material, I like to pick it up for $6-ish, $5-ish or under. So it's usually called like a Performance. It has to be a polyester. If it's a cotton polo shirt, I don't pick those up anymore. They used to do well, but not anymore. And yes, it's rodeo time right now. Okay, Sophia, I'm gonna list that mug then. That's Stetson, rodeo time right now. Okay, I'm gonna list it. Do you feel like you lay on the floor method gets more attention rather than hanging? A different background may grab people's eye. It's a really good question. Having done this a really long time, I picked up some Peter Millar pants. Look at the size of that, 52R. I've never picked up Peter Millar pants at a 52R. And these are like the summer comfort with that good right there. And they were half off. So these were only $3. All the pink tags were half off in Chicago. Again, before I answer that question, when I went to Chicago, the very first store, I went to the new cart. I noticed the new colors they were putting out that week, which means it's the fresh inventory. And I looked up and they have half price off colors in Chicago. So right at that first store, and I was thrifting in Chicago for 2 days, I knew the new colors of the week and I knew what were half off. So when I was going down the aisles, my priority was looking at the brand new color they just put out that week, which is yellow. That's why I see a lot of yellow tags. So lots and lots of yellow tags because yellow is the new color. So whenever I go to a new city, a new thrift store, I always go to the new carts. I try to figure out what color they're putting out. Even the one in northern Chicago that had a different thing, it was blue. That's how I kind of figure out. I'd rather go for the fresh inventory first. And then the background picture, eBay really pushed white backgrounds for the longest time because of Google search and everything else. And then it was relaxed. I've always taken pictures on my floor. I have tried a white background. I've tried, you can like get there's that one app where you can get the background taken out and it's white. I've done that. I've also done lighting like box lighting and all that stuff. But for me, it always has come back to what's the quickest, easiest, most efficient. And the way my lighting works and with my house, I have my counter space here and my table here, and I can lay an item down right on the nice wood floor. We don't have dogs. I clean the floor and I take pictures. Boom. Get it? Boom. It's just very efficient for me. As long as you take a good picture, I don't think the background matters. I think There are a ton of white backgrounds that look better than my pictures, a ton of them with the UV. Like if you look at my pictures, a lot of my pictures I don't think look that great compared to like Kiwi shop pictures or some of your guys' shops. So yeah, but for example, like this just sold and you can't even see the background on it. It's just a picture. So whatever lighting you had, it didn't even matter. So that sold. So it just depends. I don't think it matters. I think it's just your process as long as it's a good picture. I always say if it's a picture like that shirt right there, if it was a picture way back here and you couldn't see the colors, you couldn't see the stripes, you couldn't see the color of the pony and all that stuff, that's not a good picture. But if you scroll through and you see that right away, you're going to get in your face what that's going to look like. And eBay has said that over 50 or over 60% of their buyers purchase it through mobile apps. So they're seeing itty bitty thumbnails of pictures. Come to Thrift in Michigan. Color of the week is $1 on Fridays. I would like to go. We did talk about going to Michigan to Thrift, but I am still a fan of going when they don't have those big sales. Like when we had those on the indies, everyone would be in there. I like going throughout the week when no one goes in there and no sales, and they put out that new inventory. I'll pay $1 or $2 more just to get that really freshy fresh. But not to be Debbie Downer or anything. I'm just saying that's how I do it. But I do want to come to Michigan, Michelle. I definitely want to come to Michigan. So we're coming that way at some point. No, I passed on 3 turtles and polos yesterday. They were $5 each. It's okay. I don't pick up. I think you're totally fine passing up Turtleson. If you passed up Turtleson polos, totally fine. Not a big deal. If you passed up Grayson polos, they were $5 each. I would say you better go back there right now and go get those. Or G4, you made a mistake. Grayson, you're fine. You'll be good. Spandex is TM Elastane is the generic name. I got you. Reisner, you're always coming through with the knowledge. So spandex is the trademark name and elastane is the generic name. Guys, see? I didn't know that. No idea. What's the first section you go to when you walk to a thrift store? Jessica, coming with the questions today, guys. I love it. Ask me the questions. I love it. You can also see that I don't BS stuff. Untuck It. This is just a sweater. Untuck It quarter zip sweater. You really have to be careful with these because people will shrink them and then they'll donate them. So you'll find like a large and they're actually a medium. But this one was not. This is a wool, really good condition. This will probably sell for around $30. I paid $7 for it. So what's up, Chase? What's the first section I go to? The money section. So that's how I thrift stores for the most part. I go to the money sections. What does that mean? What sections have the best retail value? So jackets, usually you get the most bang for buck because they're most expensive. So I usually do like jackets, then I'll do jeans and blazers, and then I'll do shirts, long sleeve and short sleeve after that. I'll also hit shoes up too while I'm looking. They're usually with the jeans or with wherever they're on racks. I'll hit the shoes too, but that's usually my method. I am now also taking one round or two through the hard goods to see if anything catches my eye, which I've sold a few things over the past couple of weeks in the hard goods section. So as you guys know, I know a lot about hard goods, but a lot of the newer like plush stuff, I'm learning. I don't know anything about that, barely. And what's up, Chase Scott? My bad. Come down to Louisville. It will be an adventure. I will. I'll come down to Louisville. Tell them to take that toll bridge out of the way. I don't know why they have that bridge there. Go ahead, tattle on me. So when you go under those bridges, they take your picture of your license plate, then they send you a bill in the mail because you crossed over into a new state. So what I do, if this is my car and we're going this way, I go and get in front of a semi, and then I get on my brakes right before the picture comes. So the semi's right here. Send it in. I don't care. I still get the bill for some reason though, so it doesn't work. Started checking electronics because of J-Ride flips, but will tell you saw a ton more in Vegas than near me. It depends on the area. Oh, for sure, Audrey. Audrey, yeah. Our electronics are nothing like J-Ride flips videos. And again, it's where you're located. Like where he's located, he can get those electronics for super cheap. So I would totally go over to those electronics and look at getting those super cheap. Very smart. And But I do go through it. Like last week, I sold a remote for $20. So every once in a while, I'll see some. I sold the Bose systems, the TI-80, whatever calculators. I have one right over here. But they don't put out a lot of electronics where I live. And unlike J-Ride, I will not buy VCRs and DVD combos and all that stuff. I'm just not set up for that type of shipping. I don't like dealing with that. It's not fun for me. I'd much rather just do clothing. Or other hard goods. I just don't like doing electronics that I can't test in the store, I guess I should say. I found a Cutco box the other day, 99 cents, sold it for 16. Just for the box, Shannon? Like an empty box? Cutco is so good. That closet right there has a whole block full of Cutco, and I have spoons, utensils. I just haven't listed them yet because they're hard goods. I'm not set up to send that stuff out right now. I have only a few pairs of shoes listed. Any brands that are just always a win when you see them, if in good condition? Yeah. Shoot, if they're authentic, this is a good brand. Rothy's right now. But I would say in good condition, On Clouds, if you can get them for the right price, are a really good brand right now. Hoka's in good condition for a good price are a good brand right now. I'm probably telling you things you know, but those are brands that, like, if I see On Clouds and they're in good condition and they're under $10, they're going right into my cart. So that's right off the top of my head. That's a good one. Trying to think of some others. England's or Churches. But those are dress shoes. You don't see those very often. But yeah. Carbon and Cobalt. We're getting through it, guys. One day. Built. This was half off. So this was $3. This Built. Again, this brand right now is doing well. This Built right here. The pants do better than the shirts, but they have that like drop cut right there, which is really nice. I really like those types of shirts. That brand is doing well right now. It's a young brand. It's only been around maybe 2 years, 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. I can bet you, I bet $100 that in a year or two from now, we won't be picking those up anymore because they're already starting to run sales, and there's going to be a new shirt around that's better. Utensil box. Oh, a utensil box. I got you. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. And the blocks sell really well for Cutco too. Giggle. Love your toy. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, my toy. Is that what you're talking about? I did that. Had to pay for the Yum Center somehow. Oh, I know. The Yum Center is the big like concert venue or whatever. That's how they pay for it. I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm kidding. Is that a monster on the shelf? Antique? No. In fact, there is one. This is old. This is an old monster. I actually have not had any monster today, for the record. Yes, so this is antique, and it still has some in it, which means it's going to gain value over time. So I'll put it right here with the liquor. Riser, I just listened to St. John jacket 2 nights ago, and it sold in 5 minutes for $150, paid $3. Jen, I don't know why people hate on St. John. St. John still sells really well. I posted a video a while back before I even went live of like, you hit it good. I had 3 St. John suits, and people were like, St. John doesn't even sell anymore. I sold all those suits like that. Super good. What's up, Carrie? Picked up a holiday blow mold recently. Should I hold on to it or fall or list it now? Chat, what do you guys think? I don't know. I think people buy that stuff year round. When I was with Bearded, I felt like he buys that stuff. I think he lists that stuff year round. I think he lists everything year round though too. Some Merrell shoes. These were $5. The comps. Actually, I was with Felix. Felix looked up the comps while I was with them. But the comps on these are barefoot. You'll see these Merrells that kind of look like this. They're barefoot Merrells. They're kind of they're just like, I don't know. They just say barefoot. So let's just go with it. But they were $5 to sell for around 30, 35. The other Allbird that I bought for $1.99 a piece. The other UFA, that was $5 for the pair of those, or UFAs, whatever. I've never found the shoes. I've only found the sandals. I really don't find them very often. Again, $10. Yellow tag, again, because they were pushing out all yellow tags. So that's what I look for. These probably wouldn't have lasted long. Lululemon men's pants in Chicago. There you go. There's your tag. Lululemon, $10 for those Lululemon. These will sell for me again around 37 bucks, something like that. And this is another one of those built shirts, long sleeve, 2XL. These, here, I'll show you again. This brand right here, again, it does well for me right now. It was $6. Long sleeve. This thing will probably sell being a 2XL for around 20 or so. But I can see that brand taking a hit before long. Do you prefer men's clothing? Yes. So little backstory, really, really fast. I've always done a little bit of women's clothing, crossover brands like Lululemon, Patagonia, all the brands that sell both. And then in 2023, I said, I really want to up my business. Like this year, I'm doing Poshmark now. I wanted to learn women's brands. I wanted to get into women's brands and sell women's brands too, along with men's. So anytime I'd go to a new cart that they roll out, I'd be able to know every single thing that's worth money to resell on that cart. So learning women's brands, I'm still learning them. But then halfway through the year, I got the women's brands and I just did not like listing them. They took me a long time to list. So I didn't like listing them. And at that time, everyone was doing Whatnot, and I wasn't on the Whatnot train. It wasn't for me really at the time, even though I like talking and being in front of crowd, whatever. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't care if I get a women's item for $5 and sell it for 10 and someone sells it for 50. I don't care. I just don't want to leave that item behind. I don't want to list it. So now I sell women's items on Whatnot. So these are all women's items right here that are going to go on Whatnot. And so it's like this shirt right here. Marni, made in Italy. Like it's a pure cashmere shirt. I know it's nice. And that will probably sell for a ton more on eBay, but I'm going to start it at $1 on Whatnot. Just like that, Burberry, like all sorts of stuff like that. So I don't do women's clothing really, other than on Whatnot. Found a Relwyn the other day, sold it in a day, $50. Bolo. Yes, Relwyn is a super good brand to be on the lookout for. Relwyn reminds me also of that foul. I'm not going to say it, Riser. Don't get on me. Foul Raven, however you spell it. It's like that fox that's in like whatever. Foul Raven. Anyways, yes, those brands do really well. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is one of the performance shirts. I paid up for it. It's a 3XB. But like I said earlier, these stretchy performance polo shirts with the horse pony right there bring more money. They command more money. I would say like 30% more than a regular or even more than that. I paid $10 for that. A little bit more than I'd like to pay, but being a 3XB, I think I can sell that for 30. We're nickel and diamond. What was this? A pair of, what are these? Lululemon, I'm guessing, yeah. I've never found this pair of Lululemon before, but they were half off. So they were $3 for this Lululemon. You guys would be like, what? I never find it for half. I know. I don't either. But they have this like Velcro in the front. And they're just Lululemon shorts, men's shorts. So there's your little logo right there. I have no idea. And I wear Lululemon shorts. These aren't the short. These aren't the pace breaker. I don't know what these are. So that's that. Maybe they can leave it for all of us. Exactly. Are you live on other platforms right now or just YouTube? So Jennifer, I'm live on, or Jen, my bad. I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. So when I do like long hauls like this, I don't usually like to do TikTok too, because you guys will sit with me for hours and hours. Because I have, so many people I want to talk to everywhere. So when I do these really long ones, I'll do it here. If I'm packing like 15 items, I'll do it on all of them. So this is a Vineyard Vines. It actually smells like smoke now that I have it. So this will go in the washing machine a couple times probably. But these are the on-the-go Vineyard Vines. This was $5.49. This is a pair of Vineyard Vines that are really hot right now that will sell quick. The stretchy waistband, they're golf shorts. They're on the go. Look for that label. But these smell like smoke. So, boop. They're going to go in the washing machine. Wife, get on. I'm just kidding. I got my returns down to under 2% by reducing women's items. 9% of my returns are women's. Ooh, I just list women's on Poshmark because of that. Critical. I've also always heard that Poshmark is a very popular place to sell women's clothing. But because y'all are picky. Y'all are really picky with what you wear. If it fits too tight. No, I'm the same way. But yeah, that's good. So something good to think about. But I won't have to deal with that, I guess, because I'll just put down Whatnot. And if Whatnot ends up not being a thing, I've always said, like, if Whatnot doesn't work out, then I'll just stop doing Whatnot and maybe let's pick up some of this stuff and list it on Poshmark or whatever. What's up, Patriot Girl in sunny Naples? Actually, the sun's probably going down. You go to the beach right now and you see the sun right at the beach. Fin Comfort, Fly London, Trippin, Corky's, fast selling shoe brands. Okay, Fin Comfort, Stacy or Reisner. I don't have really good luck with Fin Comfort. Fly London, Trippin, Corky, those are all fast selling shoe brands. I don't know those other ones. Okay, this was in the bag with those shorts. This one does not smell like that. It just had a slight scent. So it doesn't smell like that. This is $5.99 again. You saw me get one out earlier. Brooks Brothers with the hits. And that's it. There's another one that I got that was new with tags right here. So these were all together. They were all this one $6.99. As long as it has the hit right here, I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to list it. It's going to take me 2 minutes. This one was new with tags. So if you guys are in the Chicago area, there's a couple that are in the very north side. They did well. I took a gamble on this piece. You guys let me know what you think. I don't know. Maybe if you're watching this later, research it for me. I don't know. But this was $5.99. The reason I picked this up is because it's more of a vintage looking denim shirt, and it has the Ferrari embroidery right there. So that's the Ferrari embroidery, and it's a denim shirt. And this is the label, ADM. It's denim. It has a Ferrari. It's vintage. I don't know this maker. I just feel like it just has a few things that are special about it that could make it worth something. So that's why I got that. Fin Comfort sells better on Poshmark. Derby City Flips. Now that I have Poshmark, I might get more Fin Comfort. Men's or women's, Reisner and Derby. What do you guys think? Charcoal bags do really well for me to remove smells. There you go, charcoal bags. Usually with those, I can wash them and it gets out. If it's leather or something, what I always do with leather is I spray like Febreze on the inside, and then I put it outside on our porch or wherever it doesn't, no rain or wherever. And the smell eventually comes out of it after like a few days. So this doesn't smell like, now I'm smelling everything. So this was $5. This must have been like right before I left or something, but this is a Gap, right? Who gets Gap? Well, this is a very chunky, like late 90s cable knit tennis sweater. So Reisner, you're in here. You can probably tell me if I'm wrong, but when you have that V neck like that, I call that a tennis sweater. If you find these in Polo Ralph Lauren, if you found this right here, Polo Ralph Lauren, it's a $100 sweater. But it's Gap, but it's still really chunky. It has that like tartan plaid look on the collar. I would say this is probably like a $35 or $40 sweater. And I did look that one up. I mean, Christmas time, come on. Holidays, come on. I mean, does that not scream like Home Alone? Does it not? It does. I'm going to answer that for you. Women's haven't come across men's before. Okay, for that brand, Fin Comfort. All right. Untuck It. So this last bag's gonna have a lot of Untuck It. So 2XL Untuck It. I told you I found so much Untuck It, so much carbon to cobalt. Went to a ton of thrift stores, and there were just two of them that had both brands. A lot of them just happened to be it, which is fine because this is going to be a good one because this is gingham check, and it's just such a popular pattern. But it's fine because these will all take me no time to list. So these will all take me, 45 seconds to take pictures. And then after I have one listed, which I already have Untuck It listed, it will take me 30 seconds to list, and then I'll cross list it. This is, again, the polyester. So if you find the ones that are polyester blend, they do better. Speaking of shoes, Allen Edmond. Allen Edmond do well, but not all Allen Edmond do well. So I got this shoe right here. It's Allen Edmond. Some Allen Edmond, when I first started reselling, all Allen Edmond were worth picking up for me because they were $5. But now you just have to look at the name of them and look at comps on eBay. Definitely look at the size, because if they're like a really narrow, that could hurt the value. These are 9.5E. So usually wider sells better for me when it comes to dress shoes. And these were $10. And you can see that they're pretty decent condition. What was this one? What's this, Polo Ralph Lauren? Yeah, a Polo Ralph Lauren. Rise, are you in here? I forget what these are called, and I'll never remember them, so don't try it. I've been told 18 times, but these right here. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. It has a double chest pocket, and it has these little things up top, okay? So these little things up top, which when I list it, I'll see what they're called, and I'll sell it with that name in it. But right now, I always forget what they're called. So you guys can at me with it. Tennis sweaters with chunky knit, very popular because summer turned pretty in other 90s vibes movies. Yes. Yeah. So should I list that now? What do you think? It's very Christmassy, but it's also on trend right now. Is it going to be on trend next Christmas? That's the question. That's what I always have to ask myself. That's the type of thing. So like if it's a flannel or a blazer, I have or jacket, I have no problem holding that until next fall. But if it's something like this that's popular right now because the kids are wearing it, it's that 90s look. That's a good question. That's something I might want to list now. Thank you. 2XL, again. 2 more. Untuck it. I mean, just untuck it. Just threw it up everywhere. They're all $5.99. Here's another one, $5.99. And this is a flannel one. So this one I won't sell right now, but I might list it. I actually might list it right now since I have all these. Flannel, untuck it. Just untuck it after untuck it after untuck it after carbon to cobalt, all over the place. What was it? Oh, I paid up for this one. So this was a Lululemon men's. I know Lululemon because I wear it. And I have not seen this before. It's almost like a waffle. It's almost like a waffle, just long sleeve jacket, lightweight jacket. I wasn't sure if it was Lulu because I couldn't find a hit. I still don't know if I can find a hit. It has this tag right here. So we're going to have to see. I feel like it was Lulu because I paid up for it. I paid $14.99. All the cool kids wore those Gap sweaters in the 90s. Aaron, that's what I hear. So my sister she was born in 79. So she was like the boxers and the Gap oversized sweatshirts and all that sort of stuff, right? She always tells me about it. Do you have a video on suits, jackets? I live on the coast and we are so informal that I find jackets and suits pretty cheap, but know nothing about them. Pamela, I don't know if I do, but Reisner definitely does, but you're on Facebook. I can make one. I really need to work on one of those because I get that question asked a lot. And it's the same here. I think after the pandemic, everything went pretty casual. And now I'm starting to see more suits sell. Maybe it's because people are going back into the workplace or whatever. But yeah, you can find them cheap here as well. Also because suits it's very particular. You have to find the right size, the right pattern. The shoulders, they're very tailored to the person. They fit them like a suit, right? So, yeah, I can try to do one on suits, specifically like patterns, buttons, what's on trend now, what's timeless, all that sort of stuff. Brands. I want to see if this has so there's a logo right here on the zipper. That's why I got it. I saw the logo on the zipper. I'm like, okay. But yeah, guys, that's it. We hung out for 218 minutes or 2 hours and 18 minutes. And I know you guys all weren't here the whole time. Totally get it. Totally cool with that. If you have any more questions, ask me. If you're just now getting here, you can always rewatch this later on YouTube or Facebook. Yes, school us, please. I will. Cricket or tennis sweaters? Cricket. Do I need to put cricket in my title? So Reisner's talking about this sweater right here. So I usually put tennis. She's saying also cricket. So might have to put cricket in the title as well. That could get the sale because maybe parts of the world or wherever they call them a cricket sweater, not a tennis sweater, and you'll lose that sale if you don't have them both. You need to wrap this up. I have some questions. Eric, what is up? Eric Koch is in the chat. So Eric Koch's in the chat. Shelby needs help making dinner. My roommate for 3 years of college, one of my best friends, he lives in LA. And he is in the chat. He's from LA and he's trolling me. And he probably just got up. What time is it? It's 4 here. So it's 1 there. Yeah, he probably just got up. That's how he rolls. Chunky oversized. I was with you the entire time. I'm posting while watching you. Learn so much. Sophie, that's exactly what I do. When I listen in the morning, I just turn someone on, listen to them in the background. If they pull something up, I look over and watch. I've always done that. Always. So appreciate you guys. Eric, love you, boy. I went up and saw Matt yesterday, by the way. Where are you at? Where are you at on that? All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I am going to go. I'll see you later tomorrow morning. I'm going to do some live packing on TikTok and maybe Instagram too, Facebook for sure, and YouTube. So if you guys want to come over there, I'll probably be around like 9-ish or something after I pull all my orders. We'll do some live packing over there. So thank you guys. See you in the next one.